Yo, yo, yo. Welcome to Talk of the Town. You know what I mean? We back with another dope aura. Welcome to tonight's men's mental health support group. Everybody welcome. I'm waiting for the host that do the most, Big Coast, to tap in. And then we gonna get to that, man. You know, have a good discussion. And come together as brothers, man. Let's get to it. I apologize for being 10 to 15 minutes late, but unlike Coast and I, we do have a life, you know, outside the talk of the town, so part and soul for running late, but we here. The floor is open and welcome. Ladies, you're more than welcome, you know what I'm saying, to come and share some of your wisdom, you know what I mean? And also, too, all my guys, you guys are welcome. Come on in, let's get to it. Okay, that's my guy Larry. Jacquees, we here, we in the building. Tap in. Alright, let me get the host. Let me get the host in here, man. Let me get the host in here, big host. Get on, chop it up.
We
Here's,
here, we here.
here's my
Bump,
guy,
what's good?
everybody. Welcome,
What's
welcome,
good?
welcome, King. Welcome.
Talk of the town was welcome. How everybody doing? You know, this is a beautiful night. I want to say this is the last show of the year. But first and foremost, a lot has transpired in the last couple of days.
All right.
You know, there's a
He
big
has
there's,
to,
there's a big
he,
mis
he has to,
discrepancy.
he has to address the elephant in the room, you guys. I've
The
been
elephant in
known.
the room. I don't know if y'all was aware of a post that Bump made saying, I was mad and there ain't gonna be no talk. Let me get in the camera real quick. Let me get close to the camera and say,
Yo,
don't believe the hype.
first and foremost, we love you, Big Coast. We can't
Don't
do
believe the hype.
it.
Bump is a master manipulator. Don't believe the hype. But I love this man right here. So, it's talk of the town. It's the last show of the year. I had a lot of things in mind, but I scratched it to say, I want to talk about moving forward. Because this is a mental health show, but I like to talk about. I want to base it around end of the year feelings, and a lot of people got a lot on their mind. A lot of people got a lot to look forward to. A lot of people can't wait till this year is over. So, I want to base this show kind of moving forward, thinking forward, solution-based progress, along with other things I might want to touch on if it come into my mind. But tomorrow's New Year's Eve. A lot of people are prepping up their bottles, prepping up they smoke, they're getting their smoke ready, they're getting their whole I'm pretty sure all the hotels is booked up. But I want people to realize that, for the ones that wake up tomorrow, today's problems will be tomorrow's problems. You can't just drink and smoke your problems and it's a new year and everything is done. You know,
Talk to
you don't
him.
it don't happen that fast. A lot of us will carry in all the
Talk to
baggage
him.
from this year into next year. A lot of us will.
Right.
So we got to be mindful of that. It's okay, but you have to acknowledge that, to be mindful of it. Don't get discouraged, but don't get too grand with yourself thinking, I'm a smoke, I'm a drink. Next year, new me. You know the saying, new year, new me. Everybody with the memes, you know, don't fall victim. Falling victim to your old habits, your old ways, your old lifestyle, your old friends, the old things that got you caught up. It's just you not staying consistent, you forgetting how structured you was, and not being mindful. It's an everyday process. Mental illness is an everyday process. you know it's only one day. We already did 360, 4 days. It's only one day. So life doesn't change in one day. You can change your mindset, but that takes time, that takes process. But I'm not going to stop people from, if you want to go out, drink modest, drink respectfully, get your little blunt, smoke modest, smoke respectfully. Don't overdo it, because rent is due for some people on that third. For the people that got to work, I understand. And you got a lot of niggas with their New Year's resolutions. I never was a New Year's resolution type of person. But for the people that do got a resolution for the year, I hope you stick to it, and blessings, in this forward progress we trying to have.
Miss Yolanda Warren, welcome. Thank you. Thank you all for
Thank you,
popping
thank
in.
you.
All the viewers, all the people that, we're all welcome. This is a men's mental health
Yeah.
support group, but we are open to all. Ladies, you are welcome to
Everybody's welcome for discussion. Everybody's welcome to pop in. This is more so a celebration too of two brothers coming together, doing something positive for the community. This is our last show for the year. We have so much in store that we can't even talk about, but we have so much in store for y'all. You know, whether if it's Tuesday nights, mental health night. We might have a Sunday nights. We always talk about music. There's always so much in store. The interviews will be coming. We're just gonna try to be positive and stay on a positive note. In times like this, it's hard to stay positive. When your money's short, you done ran through the holidays. You done spent 600-700 in Thanksgiving. You done spent 800-900 in Christmas. Now you about to go spend 400 or 500 going out on New Year's because they're gonna double everything. Don't let it affect your mental. Know what you're doing. You ain't gotta go all out. You can take a day off. Like Bum
Hey,
said, he going to church.
can I interrupt you real quick, little bro?
Yes, you can.
Um, I'm standing by what the big man is saying, because I know I gotta pay mortgage on this right after the first of the month. My just due has to be done. So the second, the third, the fourth, the fifth, the sixth. The later I dive deeper into the month of January, if I hadn't paid my mortgage, which is due on the first, then that's a late fee.
You digging yourself a hole, yep.
Because we want to be popping. We want to be at Times Square, or like I'm in North Carolina for right now. People want to be in Charlotte or over here and doing this and doing that, living beyond their means. But then when it comes for us, I don't care. Because me and Cole's going to be here in the safe zone for all men and women, giving y'all these jewels. Just
Don't
keep
give
that
it.
in mind. I'm
Yeah.
saying me, not you guys. My mortgage for where I'm at, to live on this golf course, to be able to do the things that I like to do and want to do, right? I'm just speaking on me, not you guys.
What's up, Larry? What's good?
Dizzy Roll, Larry, Peace. We're just having a conversation, because I'm not going to come into 226 leaving and putting myself into debt. DEBT, debt. I'm not going to do that, because I want to just be stagnated. There's a lot of people that's still in 2017, 2018, 223, 225 that's going to still be having this baggage, that backpack, their briefcase, their suitcase with a whole bunch of old.
Because you know what? This is the time. It's like the end of the year is the time you reflect on your life and what you did this year and what you can change, how you can better yourself. That's what you're supposed to be doing at the end of the year. If you really want to humble yourself, go look at your bank statement and go look up how much money you made for the year. And then go look at your account of the money that you have.
Coast.
And
You
then you
wild,
can start realizing I need to do this different. I may need to pay this different. I may need
coach,
to, instead of buying an ounce, let me buy a half an ounce.
coach.
Instead
Don't
of
hold.
buying, you know,
I
it
said you the host that do the most, man. He holding that mirror, man. Don't do it. That's all the man, he's saying everything right.
instead of going out every Friday, Saturday, Sunday, try to just go out Friday night. You know, just lean back because mental health has a lot to do with financial. You know, and the finances is tied to a lot of our mental health. Poverty is tied to the mental health. So, you know, sooner or later we're gonna have some up here who knows a lot about financial literacy and they can speak on the ills of it, like when you don't have. And the reason why a lot of us don't have because we're careless, we're not mindful, you know, we got spending habits, we got wants instead of needs.
I'm an advocate for that. Hold
You know,
on,
we're
coach.
trying to look out for everybody before we look out for thyself.
I wanna interrupt real quick. I am an advocate for that. So everything that my little bro is saying, I'm advocating for that because I dabble with money. And over the last, we was having a conversation. I was like, yo, bro, like $1 million ain't shit. And y'all got to go back to that conversation.
Yeah,
You know what
and
I'm
I still
saying?
feel that way. $1 million is a lot of money to somebody who don't have it.
Now, when we start talking about what you're talking about, it makes you reevaluate. See, I had to sit back and reevaluate when I'm not going to say I was blowing. You know what I'm saying? Because everything that I talk about, say that I have, that you see, that I represent, like I stand on that. And I want to be one at the age of 51 to stand by my youngin who's 42 to say what he's saying is right. Yo, if we look at our bank account statements and things of
If
that
you
nature,
look at what you made, it might not equal up to what you saving or what you got, but you can kind of accumulate to what you spent. And then you look around your house, you look around your life, and you don't really got nothing to show for. And that's what us as a community need to get out of the party lifestyle. It's okay to party, but it's not okay to make it your life. It's not okay to spend, and then have this excuse. I'm doing me. I'm living life. I'm making experiences. And then you come up with excuses. Then you wonder why you're stressed out. Then you wonder why you got bumps on your face from acne and you're a clean person. And you always change your pillowcases. But the stress is coming through your face because you
you're poor.
always worrying about the next dollar.
You're poor.
You always
Sometimes
worrying about, and you always putting yourself in a financial jam that you can't get out of. We got to
also
stop
too,
doing that.
not to cut you off. I just want to slide in real quick, Coast. It comes through our pores too.
Yeah, that's what
Because,
I'm saying. The stress will
because
come through your pores.
right, because when you drink, it comes through your pores. Uh uh when your energy is weird, when your vibration is low as fuck, that comes through your pores, and then you guys kind of forced out of pawn people. Because if I'm coming around 9 broke friends, 9 times out of 10, I'm bound to be the 10th one. I'm just saying, going back to what Big Coast was saying,
Well, yeah, in certain cases you are. In certain cases you are.
Like what Coach was saying, we have to vet the new to stay grounded. You know what I'm saying?
Well, you
Not,
gotta.
go ahead, Coach. Speak.
No, I was just gonna add on to what you're saying.
Go ahead, Ken.
Basically, yeah, like vetting the new, you kind of gotta vet yourself first before you
I
can
like
even let somebody around you. Cause that be the problem too. A lot of people, like, let's take relationships. A lot of people are unhealed, and then when they should be isolating, they're in the crowd, and then it's like, you hurting everybody else because you fucked up, and then you jump into a relationship with, like you said, with baggage, like you said, with 2017 on your back, and now you put a good person through the ringer to where now their mental health is off, and then now they're no good to the people that care about them or need them. It's like a domino effect, you know. Now I'm mentally fucked up. I may can't provide for my family. I'm mentally fucked up. I may slip a day of paying something because your mind is racing and you going through so much. Sometimes you gotta stop, and it's almost like see yourself in the situation. It's like in third person. Like how the video game is when you just see the hand. It's like, and then you have the other version where you actually see the person that you're controlling. That's how you kind of gotta do with your life. You kind of gotta see yourself, but remove yourself and watch it. It's kind of like you have to look at yourself in the situation and be like, "This is how I handle it. Nah, I can't handle it like this." And then that's how you get more aware of yourself, and then you get better mentally, stronger within yourself. Then you can kind of open up, then you can kind of be around people, and that's when you come in, when you say vet the people you come in. Now you can start vetting, because if you don't vet yourself, you'll let anybody in. You'll let anybody in. Anybody will be around you. And that's what we got now. When you go to the hood, there's all types of niggas in there. Niggas that have no business on the corner. Just be in the way, just chilling. Cause nobody's really vetting, you know. And then nobody's giving good advice. Nobody's willing to take advice. The old niggas ain't really living right to give advice. And the young niggas don't really care anymore to take the advice. So it's a clash.
right. So give or
It's a
take.
clash.
So where do you see yourself in the middle of that?
I've always been, so growing up, I was nerdy kid. I consider myself a nerd. And then, you know, living where I live, you can't be a nerd, so you just got to toughen up a little bit.
And
So
where
as I
was
got
that?
older, I
So
became a loner, meaning like I got a group of people that I hang with, but
where was that?
majority of the time I'm by myself.
Prior to, where was that when what you was talking about?
Like
You had
like I lived on 50 Bets, right off of Selick, right next to the village, Southfield Village. Anybody that know me from that time know that the village was up. This is when Mike and Franz. This is the cool spot. This is Born Giornos. This is that era. This is early 90s. I'm 42, born 83. So you couldn't be soft. That's something you couldn't be. People might think I'm soft now growing up. They might like, nah, that nigga wasn't in nothing. Of course, I wasn't, because I had a grandfather over me that would kill me if I was into too much shit. You know, the leash was long, but it wasn't that long to where I can just be doing anything. He'd reel me back in, reel me
well,
back in, reel me back in.
well
So as I
respected.
got older, I became a loner because as young, I seen mistakes from others that I couldn't be around, niggas I couldn't be around. So as I got older, it felt weird because I'm stuck in the middle, like you said. I'm still mindful that I'm not old. Like, I mean, I'm not young anymore. But I was raised by older people, so I have a different respect for elders. So when people my age was 17 calling niggas like you old and shit, I never took part in that because I was raised by old people. So I never frowned upon getting old. And I think it's like a fear connection. I think the young people fear getting old because they see so many older people not where they want to be at that age. So it's like I don't want to take that advice from y'all because y'all are not where I want to be at 40, at 41, at 37. But then there's so much wisdom even in that type of person that don't want to be where you think he should be. There's so much wisdom in that person that the young people refuse to take. So a person like me who can, like, I kind of can balance it out because like I be around a lot of younger people, but I'm also older. Like I
Miss
remember my
Bridget,
day with like hanging on Rose Park in my 30s, in
Miss
my late
Bridget
20s.
Franklin, thank you. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Aunt
Thank you,
Bridget,
love.
what's up? In my early my late 20s and my 30s, I hung on Rose Park, and most of those people are younger than me. Like they was in high school coming up in their 20s. So we're all doing the same dumb shit, but I'm older than them. So it's kind of like I have to look at it in a different light. See, I can't be too much because that's what's the problem now. Niggas my age are trying to be too much like them. And then the little niggas will be like looking at them niggas like, you not us, nigga. You old head nigga. So it's kind of
Welcome.
like being in my position, you got to know when to call it quits and still be able to give jewels out so where they don't look at you like you know how they used to say, oh, that nigga preaching and shit. That nigga preaching. That nigga preaching. We don't want to hear that old ass shit. So you don't want to come off like that. So you kind of gotta. It's weird how they say when you speak to a child, you gotta bring it down to their level.
Right.
So it's kind of like if you want to give them wisdom, you kind of gotta bring it down to their level, to where their thinking is at, to come across to them, so you can like my aunt said, to balance it out. Like I'm 40, but I'll never forget how it feels to be 16. And that's the problem with us older people. We tend to forget how it is to be young and think they're going through something different than what we experience. They're not. They're not. They're not. They probably got internet and all that, but the same emotions, the same feelings, they're going through the same shit that we were at 16, 15. We have to see those signs. So in the street aspect, me and you can understand this. We can see a young nigga and see he's not built for it and be like, nah, you don't. We can talk to him. We can reason with somebody like that because we see what they don't see. We see the road that he's on. So a lot of niggas will take my advice. A lot of niggas did take my advice, and now they don't do nothing. They working, they got their kids, they baby mama. I seen them in the streets. They be like, "Yo, Coast, what up? I'm on my way to work," and I smile because they get it. And then there's a lot of niggas that won't get it, no matter how many times you tell them. They 21, 22. You kind of got to let them find their own path. Everybody's on their own path. You never want to watch someone else's path. That's why I always tell you, I got tunnel vision. You know, I'm always right on time because I'm on God's time. I'm on nobody else's time but God's time. So I'm always right. No matter what I do in life, I'm always right on time.
Coast, let me
Yo,
intervene. Let
you
me
can go. You
intervene.
can have the floor.
Okay. So looking at the comments, Miss Franklin, a lot of people do tend to forget. Um, I like to strive to use I statements. In order for me to, give me a second, okay? In order for me not to carry a lot of what my peers carry, the attitude of fuck those kids. It is tough. It's very tough. And it's only tough because of the disconnection within the generations. Okay, so with me being 51, dealing, me being the stepdad, Coach, he can coincide, but at, conversations off the cam, he's never been a stepdad. So things of that nature. I was once a child, so dealing with a female and a troubled child that I might see myself within if he's getting into, and I've been in relationships like that. I have to deal with a lot of empathy. I have to consider feeling. I have to be like, yo, bump, you have to be understanding that this child was like you. You know what I'm saying? So you just can't shut that child down because look at all of what I put my stepdad through, or
Mm-hmm.
what man was around at that time. And for the most part, I put a lot of men through hell. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm bumpy. And if anybody know me, if you want to fuck with my mother, nigga, then you know what I'm saying? And there's three of us, but you got to go through me first. And so I understand that, like, you know what I'm saying? I understand how a child who was once damaged, could be overprotective or just, you know what I'm saying? You know, what a child can be, like, you know what I'm saying? So me per se, when I'm going through these different elements in life, and I just pick that element as me being a stepdad, you know what I'm saying? And a father, is different elements that come with that. So in order to deal what comes with that, we have to always reflect on us. You know what I'm saying? So while this child is rebelling and like, talking slick back to me and, and you know what I'm saying? I just can't be one way. Fuck that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Fuck these kids or, you know what I'm saying? I may feel like that, but the balance of this is like, yo, I was once like that too. I put Darrell Simmons through hell. He was the one who stuck around the longest. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I understand that step because my grandfather was a stepfather.
Right.
He came in and had kids with someone that already had 5 kids.
Oh Lord, that
So
shit is easy.
and he raised them. He raised all of us. He raised me.
To balance that
So
out is tough. Yeah, to balance that
so
out is
so when
tough.
I look at that, it's kind of I don't like outside of him. Nobody. Outside of him, I never really thought about stepdads because everybody in my family at least tries to take care of their kids.
All right, so just think about this. Even though your grandpops is probably bringing McDonald's for everybody else, it was something about your little ass that had everybody like, huh, why he gotta get the
Because I'm his first child.
okay, okay.
So that's where it comes in. I'm the first. I'm the first of the first.
Right. But
So
yeah, definitely.
other than that, but it's weird to see as I got older, I understand the dynamic of a stepfather through my grandfather.
Right.
And that I would never be in his shoes. I love him to death, but I would never be in his shoes.
Never say never. The tongue is powerful.
I'm just being honest. I'm just being honest. And then when I'm just being honest. I can't see myself doing that.
Yo,
That's
boy.
why I commend him on another level. I commend him on another level as a man. Just as a man, stepping up is different level that I choose not to do that. So I don't have kids now because I chose me over responsibility. I'm gonna just be honest.
I
I chose
respect
me
it.
over responsibility. I don't sugarcoat shit. I don't want that responsibility.
All right. So too,
I never did.
I want to say this to you and to the people. My God, the kid is telling the truth. I did. This is all raw, uncut, live. You guys see it, you hear it, you know
It's
it.
the truth.
I,
I'm speak like,
hold on, Coach. Hold on. I just, with my John Hancock, my face, I want to signal sign off on that. This is my signature.
mhm.
When we was talking about healthcare, uh, he threw condoms in there. Rich, peace, peace, peace.
Yeah,
Everybody,
condoms.
welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you for coming. There were conversations. I don't think that it was live, but since we're vibing, and this is just a cosign, where he was saying that it was certain females that wouldn't have sex with him because he wanted to have the condom.
Oh
So,
yeah. Oh
so
yeah. A lot. I still go through that.
now I, but that's on a whole nother level. If you want to discuss it furthermore, then you can because you
I don't
know.
no, we don't have to, but I don't mind it. It's just I understand it. But coming from where I stand, I'm the first to tell someone I don't want no kids. I never wanted like I love me. I got a chance to see I got a chance to see it from all levels. Meaning like I remember as a boy going to my Aunt Keena house. Remember I told you my Uncle Oscar, the cop, my Aunt Keena's house. I used to think they were rich. They lived by West Hill. That shit used to blow my mind because they lived by West Hill. They had the house. My cousin AJ had everything under the sun. They had a hot tub. I couldn't decipher. I thought they were millionaires. So coming back to my house, living how we were living, seeing how these kids are raised, I'm like, nah, I don't like. It's either I'm gonna have this or have that, you know. And even as a young boy, I didn't see that as unattainable. So it's like at 16, 17, why would I even try bringing a kid into this world, living at 50 bets, living around the corner, living how I'm living? Now putting more on my grandfather's plate, putting more on my mom's plate. I barely can take care of myself. Kids are a beautiful thing, but you gotta be mindful. Now it ain't like back in the days. My grandmother had 10 kids and she did what she had to do. But they don't make the women like that no more and the men like that. They're not built like that. We're not built like them. Bitch got 10 kids now. They scattered all over. They in DCF. They ain't got hold of them. It's different. It's harder. It's way harder.
Yo, my
It's
bad,
way harder. Niggas ain't built like that. That's why you see so many niggas
my
without a dad.
my bad, y'all.
Niggas without a dad. It's different. When we grew up without a dad, man, we knew where the nigga was at. He might have been around the corner up the street somewhere, but we knew where the nigga was at. I don't speak for myself, I just speak for it in general.
Nah, you
But now when you see it, niggas don't even be knowing they dad. They dad is out of commission. Don't even know what he looked like. So it's a different vibe, you know? So bringing the kid in the world is some serious that's mental health in a hand. You know, a lot of men can't even fathom that. That's why they say you have to think you grow up fast when you have a kid. Yeah, because your mind has to start working in overtime. You got to start thinking about now. You have to clean up your life instantly.
sip the
You
kid,
have to
peace.
start giving up shit.
Welcome.
You know, as a man, you got to start thinking like, damn, no more going out, no more this, no more that. I got to get a better job. It you know, So I made a choice. I love me. So I'm gonna take care of me. I'm gonna experience me. I'm not worrying about this legacy. I'm in a body. I'm a soul. There's more after that. There's more afterlife than I don't know about. So I'm only concerned with the now. So I'm not really trying to leave. Like my legacy will be in the thoughts and prayers and what people thought of me. That will live on. That shit will live on until the
Thank
last person die that says my name that know me. My name will live on. I'm not worrying about having 10 kids, and because in my mind that's their legacy. They have to build something. I can leave them something, but they have to build their own. I would hate to be referred as my father's son every time they see me because my father did something great. Nah, so I'm on another level. I grew up different. So it's like I have a sister, but I grew up as a loner. I grew up as an only child. So that has a lot to play with it too. So I love me. And then there's plenty of people out there that just like me. There's plenty of women out there that already raised their kids that are my age, and their kids are grown, and they don't want no more, and they just want to live life. And it is so I'm not really when people say, "Oh, you don't know," I'm not stressing that. It's so much to life that I ain't see, that I ain't experience, cause how I was living, and the Mother's Day having kids was before honor. Yeah, for real it was an honor. Now it's just
You see what Dizzy Rose said as well?
what he say?
He said, as well, he grew up in the era having kids was a thing. Some
Yeah,
of
it
us,
was a
yeah,
thing. It was
some
a
of us
thing.
never thought about, yeah, because the support was big back then too. So he
It
said
was a
some of us
village.
never
It
thought
was a
about the
support.
support. But yeah, he said, a lot of us, never thought about the support part on so many levels, and that's
So I
like,
was mindful of all of this.
no, so
I
so
have a kid that's I have a kid at 17. I'm bringing a kid to my grandfather and my mom. Hell no. We were struggling then. Nobody
mm,
stopped it. I know we kids and we're young, but those are the things we have to stop to think about. Do you even have the support?
well, it it,
Because go
it,
ahead.
it the, more so going back to how the devil has convinced the world that it doesn't exist. People now think with the lame game and the same old, and if I have this guy kid, he's gonna love me.
No, I don't think they thinking that. I think that's a facade. They're not thinking that.
Right, but where is it? Because you already know that the first two or one that it's hard to get uh, a babysitter or
Well, they're selling, they've been selling to women the whole dream that they can do it by themselves. They sell that to women. Other women sell that to other women. I'm not saying they can't. It's been done. I don't knock no single mom, but that's what they're selling. It doesn't make it right that they're doing it and they're achieving it, but
hey,
that's what they're selling.
hey, Coast, I like talking to you, bro.
They selling that shit.
Nah,
They
that's easy though. Nah,
Yeah,
nah. Fuck
but
that.
they're selling that. So in the
This
bigger picture, when they
guy,
sell that, when
he's
they
on.
sell that,
We gotta hold on to it, man. Hit the like button, hit the
yeah,
share
like and share.
button.
When they sell that, secretly they're just breaking the family up. Independency, that's what they're doing when they sell. Oh, you can do it by yourself. They're just breaking the family value up. Because now, instead of having a father, you got just the mother. Instead of having two aunts, you got one aunt. Instead of having two uncles, you got one uncle. Instead of having two grandmothers, you got one. That's you just now when your baby shower come around, you ain't got shit. You ain't got no car seat. You getting old hand me down shit because you want to do everything by yourself. I'm not saying you can't, but allow people to help. You know, But it comes back to always what we said. People must vet. Women must vet men, and men must vet the women. It's a vetting process. It it it's all
And yo,
done in the beginning.
Dot,
It,
what up? Thank you for popping in. I appreciate it. I
the
appreciate
beginning,
everybody popping
the
in.
beginning foundation, like they broke family foundation, so people don't even date to seek to have family. You know, they're not even thinking about that. Look at me. I just said I ain't want kids. So I'm part of that society. That the way they have society, they have people saying, family's too much to have. But I have family. Whether they have their own family. See, it never was a thing to where you abandon your family for your family, for your immediate family. I'm gonna always have my Aunt Bridget, even though she has her husband and her kids. That doesn't make her not my family.
Right. Right.
That's where the mindset got misconstrued, and now I have my family, so it's my family. No, we're all still family. It's not like I'm gonna call you and beg and do all of that. I just acknowledge that we are still family first. That's where the village starts. But people don't see it that way. It's society that comes in and changes the family structure. It's not just about husband and wife. They done broke that already a long time ago. They done broke the whole family structure of values. Women want men in their lives, but men are quick to walk away. Yes, they are. Men are quick to walk away. Because
Now,
most men,
but check it. But because I was the generation that was a part of that because I did that a lot. But no,
because most men,
with no excuse. Um, as I've gotten older and the things that I've wanted, I want to become a better father, friend, husband, things of that nature. And it's y'all love Bridget, yo.
with maturity comes heartbreak.
Yo,
And
but we have
most
to
men haven't
want it.
suffered enough heartbreak to
But we
mature.
have to want it. But we have to want it.
They
You
don't
understand?
want it. Most men don't want it. I'm being honest. Because it it's society. That's how society is built. Most men don't have to have that to live a good life.
Right.
Because that's how white man set up society. We're just cogs in the wheel, so we don't really know how we're moving. We're just moving. It's like on autopilot. Each man in society is on autopilot. You have some that want a family, but majority of us know that we get our money right, we have our car, our place, we're good. That's how most men think. And the women will come. That's how most men think at all levels of any age. You get yourself, that's how.
Right.
Yeah, see, and I'm the same way. I wouldn't want no man like taking care of my children. And that's embarrassing. That's embarrassing. But that has to happen, Auntie. That has to happen because the reason why that happens because there has to be a show of there are good men.
Yolanda.
It goes right back to stepfather. It goes right back to what Bump said. There are good men. So for the people that bash men, you know how many men are taking care of other people's kids? Doing for other people that like so we got to change the narrative. There are good guys out there, but even those guys, they have the money to do it. They don't have to be doing it. They choose to. That's what makes them good, because they're in position to do it doesn't mean they're going to do it. What makes them good is they choose to do it.
Mm,
That's what makes them good, because there's hundreds of men with money, but that don't mean they're going to spend it. That don't mean they're about you. It's a choice that they have to make. And we all play games in general, so that's the problem at hand. You know, we all play games, no matter what age we get. Like that's what I don't get. I would never get that, but I see it. When a female got emotionals over here, where the women attack anything, yeah, they do, because we're both emotion, and the internet has showed that men are just as emotional as women, and women can't take it, and they lashing out and they don't know how to act because they never seen men act this way. And men are emotional. Men go through the same things that y'all go through. We go through that because we're human. So those are human emotions that we all have. And that's okay. What's not okay is the man who's taking care of somebody else's
So
kids
really, please.
and they're not their own. Yes, Auntie. So to the men who don't take care of their kids,
Mm, that's a
I
big one.
like to the
That's
men who don't take care of their kids,
code.
I see it as
Speak light,
two things.
light, speak light. Use your
Light,
words wisely.
I'm my words are already chosen.
Okay, go.
So to
Go.
the men that don't take care of their kids, they must get over the woman. Now, most men might not like when I say that or want to hear it, but you must get over that woman. There's no reason for you not to. I understand, like, there's women that make you do backflips and jump through hoops, and there's men that are criminals who really can't. The law is the last place they want to be. And women know that. They use that to their advantage. They know that he got felonies. He trying to clean his life. In reality, the last place he wants to be is in a courtroom, even if it is fighting for his kids. So that's shame on you for making him do all of this craziness. But for the niggas that don't, I don't really have nothing to say. It's just you either get over the woman or you just continue not to take care of your kid. Because eventually, like like Bump said, some stepdad is gonna come step right in. Somebody gonna like your mom, and that's that. And that's that. And that's how life works. It's just life. A lot of us was raised. A lot of us had good stepdads or father figures that our moms was with that were good people. So we can't stop and act like it ain't true. We as men we can't act like it ain't true. It's foul that you're not taking care of, because like I understand what that is. Like I said before, raised by my grandfather and my mom. My dad was nowhere around.
Yo, coach, do you want to know what made me appreciate my stepdad, like the one that really put forth the effort, is when
Mm-hmm.
I started to become a man. When I started to become, I'm not gonna say of age, but
I know what you mean.
yeah, when
You can
when that
overstand.
when that cycle kicked in of me learning, every time history repeats itself, the price goes up. And I look back at the failed relationships.
Facts, Kareem. Facts. You should never blame the mother. Facts. But keep going.
Okay,
Because the questions and responses coming in a little bit too fast on my end. They show up on bump end, but they just appear and leave on my end. I gotta click the screen, and I don't want to cut you off mid. But you said you
that's
should never blame the mother, like and if for the niggas that don't raise their kids. But that's the problem.
well.
People
I'm,
caught up on.
I'm not gonna say that either. I'm not. You know what I'm saying. I'm gonna let you speak on that.
Yeah, I feel you, young Jay. All steps that I had, yeah. See, all stepdads ain't good. Some stepdads don't give a fuck about the kid, and they just in it for the mama.
Yes, cuz
So
yes,
let's just be clear, because
yes.
you got a lot of terrible men out there, got a lot of terrible niggas, and father figures come in all shapes, size, forms. Like a good movie to watch about the father figure is a Bronx Tale. When you have Sonny the gangster, and then you got the father, the bus driver, and then you can kind of see the father figure in both, but how he chose the values of each. So it's a good movie to watch. But father figures come all over. I didn't have like My grandfather was 50 something when he was raising me. He was done. He was tired. He wasn't running around riding old bikes, doing none of that.
Right.
So, but he was the man of the house. He was the only man I seen for years. Because my uncles was doing them. They were in the streets. They weren't around. So they came later. So it's like it father figures come all over. I never really stunted that. But my dad was non-existent. I seen
Yo,
it come.
let
Men
me
make excuses and not taking responsibilities. Beware of the wolves in sheep clothing. They come in their own game. Yeah, because men, because
let me speak on that.
yeah, he said men don't take responsibilities.
Let me speak on that.
Yeah, I
Can I
got it.
speak on that?
You got it.
All right. So I'm gonna speak from an experience. So I'm not watching what's coming up. I'm letting Cole say it. So piggybacking off of wolves in sheep clothing. Um, something of that nature is what was well loved and taken into the home front. Something of that nature is what molested me, but there was triggers behind it. So two, a dude could be I'm not going to say a person could be this way or that way, but it could be triggers behind, on each part. You know what I'm saying? So that wolf in sheep clothing, ah man,
See,
that's
but
that's a serious that's serious, man, because sometimes it take years to see that, bro.
it take years. But to
You
stay
see
on
what I'm
topic with
saying?
the father and the stepdad, it
Wait,
see
wait, say
when
that
you're
again?
too when you're too young to see the wolf, that's the mother's fault.
No,
Because
the
she should have
kids is
never
always
brought this
going to see
man
it.
around her children. You
Yeah,
don't bring men around the children when they're young, and they can't even
that
make an observation of who this man is themselves. You don't do that. And men should know that. Why? Like, they want to come in when they're young, but you don't do that. You don't bring them around when they, like, I don't got kids, but I know one thing. Don't be having no niggas around my kids when they want to. Don't do that. Especially if I'm a stand-up man and you know my values. That nigga better be just like me or better than me. If you gonna have him around my kids, for real, I don't like. And I'm like that with my nieces and nephews. I'm like that with my nieces and nephews.
goes.
I
I
don't play that.
I don't want to talk about that because I don't want to
You don't have to
offend.
talk about it, Bump, because you're in that position. So I don't want to put you under the scope and then you got to put other people under the scope and then we get all uncomfortable, because this is a good conversation and it is talk of the town. It
Yeah,
is Tuesday nights, but
that,
it ain't about us. It's just
that,
about life in general. And
yeah.
niggas need to take care of their kids the best way they can.
And
And
I
a
want
lot
to.
of people,
Reason why I don't want to speak on it, like you know what I'm saying, because I want to let you rock, but I want to say this. Not only the younger children, you can't be having your 16, 17, and I'm not. I see. I don't want to
it's
say
too
what
late for that. I don't even
because
know what. Yeah,
it's just what going on in certain people's household. Like, because you have older, younger women who's walking around their mom house with the boyfriend, shit hanging all out and all of that. That's temptation too.
yeah, yeah. Because because
Mom, the fupa, these niggas sitting up. Like, I'm just saying, bro. I don't. I'm gonna let you rock because
but that's on the man. Like at the end of the day, I'm turning around like this. Now that kid is 15, 16, 17. That's
older,
the man. Like,
oh,
listen.
Yeah,
If a
because
woman tell me she got a 16-year-old, I have to make the choice now, which is crazy. I don't want to be. That's crazy.
that's why I don't want it.
That's crazy. We can date.
And, and
Listen. I'm gonna talk in general. I'm gonna talk in general, bump, not for
because,
myself. In
because
general, people can date. I'm not saying don't date women, people with teenagers. I'm not saying that. But what I'm saying is, as a man, you must evaluate the situation. This is a grown boy in the house.
man, niggas need a place to live and a couch to play their Xbox and to smoke weed and like come on, bro. Ah,
Yo,
and the women that don't mind that.
listen. You are talking about child's play stuff, meaning like any woman that falls for that is a child herself, and she's into child's play. That's all child's play stuff. It's all child's play, bro. We're adults here.
A lot
That's
of that.
child's play.
A lot
We're
of that.
adults.
It's a lot of that.
They're both child and playing house. That's what we did as kids. That's child's play.
So
That's what
that
they're doing.
explains, so that explains why there's a lot of people that don't take marriage serious, or that's
Listen,
of.
I don't speak. I can't speak for everybody
I,
because
okay, so
because because my
that's
aunt Keena been married 50 years. My aunt Bridget been married most of my life. My aunt Lisa was married before her husband died.
they
My
don't make
mom
them
was
like
been with one
that.
person my whole life. My aunt
They,
Carmen been with one. I can't.
they,
I seen marriage. I don't know nothing about outside of that.
they don't make them like that. Shh,
But
not
I don't. But
today.
see. But I'm just telling
Not,
you now. For the like, you know how many men that grew up like me? That's all we seen. So
right.
that's all we know. So I'm not saying I said I don't want a kids. I'm not. I have nothing against marriage. If I find a woman I want to get married, we gonna get married.
What if she be like, nigga, I want some kids?
That ain't gonna happen.
All right. So,
So we're gonna get that out of the way in the beginning. I'm in
okay,
control of my life.
okay. So let's just switch dials on that real quick, right? And maybe too, that's why there's a lot of people that's getting divorced, or why different marriages is going in that direction, because a lot of people aren't committed to the standpoint. You know what I'm
I think
saying?
people are in it for financial gain and just what can you do for me, men and women? What can you do for me? Like you said, you got the men that need the Xbox, and then the homosexuals, and then you got the women that can you pay finance my lifestyle? I don't want to do nothing. So those type of people are out there that you got to look out for. They're out there. You got the bum niggas and you have the bum women. You can't discriminate against women like that because she might not be the one.
So
True,
how?
she might not be the one. That is true.
So
I
let
don't
me
want to discriminate. That is true.
so let me ask you a question. Instead of, because I don't hear people discussing like they want to get married and stuff like that. Like everybody
But
vision,
getting married,
like.
it depends on how you grew up, I believe. Because like I seen people get married under God in church and
Mhm.
serious business.
Like
And then
that.
as I got older, I learned about what
Yes.
marriage is. As I got older, I learned that you got to go to the government center and you can get married that way.
Mm.
So it's kind of like you're getting the wrong advice. Married. I love married people because they stay to themselves. They're not on the internet. They don't give advice.
Right.
You got to watch them and see how it goes. They're not here to give you advice because they have to work for themselves. They have their own internal problems. Why would they bring their problems to a single person or even the internet? That's stupid. That wouldn't make sense. That'll ruin them. So in the marriage, it's like it's different. It was different then, and I look at it different. I look at it the same way.
Hmm. Talk. I'm
So
listening, bro. Yes,
you
sir.
kind of gotta know the family values. Like we're black. I was raised black. The problem is poor people look at marriage and creating kids through media. Yes, like they look at marriage through it. I don't know what they look at marriage. Like I said, I seen it. I seen it. I seen the pictures of my uncle. I remember when my uncle and my aunt met, and he used to have the little red car. I was a kid, and I seen the pictures of my aunt Keena when they had the froze, and they were 18 and before they getting married. So I seen that shit, yo. So I know it. Like like when you see something, you are a believer. That's the difference. When you don't see it, you don't believe it. I seen it, so I believe it. I can't speak for everybody else. I seen it.
Right.
I seen it. My mom was with one person her whole life, bro. So I seen it. It's just like my mom said, it's a sacred bond that you're not gonna get, and people don't really understand that because they out for self. As much as y'all hear me say, kids and all of that, I'm not a selfish person. It's just to take on the responsibility of a kid. It's a like I have to be mindful of the women I choose.
Mm.
Also, so it's not just about having a kid. Like most men just have kids just to be having them because they can. And they're not mindful of the woman they choose. And then they put themselves on child support. That's what I always say. You put yourself on child support because you're not mindful of the woman you chose. But as far as the marriage and the bond goes, I've seen it. It can work. I believe in it.
Right.
But it has to be how it was in the foundation. It starts in the beginning. Men have to learn how to court women again. They have to learn how to talk to women again. Women have to learn how to be more open again and see potential again. You have to be a friend again and bond. You have to learn how to be friends.
Mm.
Don't put burdens. You like come to the table correct. Have your life in order so we can bond with each other and build something. When I say what we building, we're building something together. When you build a life together with someone, you're not building it by yourself. So that's what I kind of see people want, men and women. It's like one person builds the life while the other person just chills. Nah, that's not how it works. We're building a life together for each other. So it works both sides. Both people have to build. You have slouches in both worlds. You have slouch men as much as you have slouch women.
Right.
You have women that ain't shit, yo. Just like you have men that ain't shit. But we gotta stop pointing the finger. Like that's what all the podcasts are about. That sells, pointing the finger. We just gotta stop. We all know people ain't shit. We seen them. So we just gotta stop pointing the finger and find what's right. We gotta stop being ignorant to what's right. We see it. I know good people. We all know good women and good men. Sometimes we're not in the mental space for them. We're not in the financial space. It's okay. But as long as you know yourself and you know what's out there, you'll be fine. I always say that you will be fine. Under the eyes of God, you will be fine. Because, like I said about marriage, it was under God. So at the end of the day, there ain't nothing else but that. And faith and what you see. That's why it's good to go out and see more, and like I've been places in my 41 years. I've traveled alone and been places. It's good to where do we find love outside of our own? So many ladies. Nah, see, I'm not here promoting. See, if I speak for myself, like if I speak for the talk of the town and I speak in general, I'll
Mm.
tell a person, love, go find love anywhere in all shapes and forms and fashion. But when I speak for myself, I only want love from a black woman. That's it. I done been with all of them. People just want to be able to say it without true communications and work. What the last 2 minutes? That's important. Yes, that's important. You love yourself first. And that's the key. Loving yourself first, it is the key. Because a lot of us don't love ourselves. And we do all these things to mask it. Like me and Bunk was having a side conversation, and I was telling them there's a lot of men who like there was a week span where I didn't get a haircut for like 2 months. And me and Bump, Bump don't care. His fro be lean and we don't care. But there's a lot of men who refuse to go outside unless they haircut, shaped up, look nice. They won't even take pictures. And I remember telling Bump off camera, sometimes it's deeper than that. Sometimes they just don't love themselves. They look in the mirror and they see ugly. Even when their hair is they that's the first thing they see. They see ugly. And then the thoughts of others, you know? Cause like I may tell niggas I got the homeless look. I'm not calling myself ugly. That's something I never will call. I'm just looking homely. But I would never call myself ugly. So sometimes you got to look deep within yourself and look at yourself in all shapes, facets, and looks. It took me to separate from 10 months to find myself. Yeah, sometimes you got to do that, Kareem. Sometimes you got to separate yourself from all of this shit. From the drinking, the drugging. I have times where I sit back and I don't do shit but think. Come home and think and map and plan and evaluate my own life. Because only you got you. And then when I'm looking at my appearance, I'm looking at myself. I love myself to the point where my beard can be down here. I can have 30 grays. I can be bald headed. I can go 2 months without no haircut, come outside and feel fine. It's the same mindset. Men are just they're fragile, just like the woman who can't go outside unless she got the makeup on, unless she got the hair done. Or you got the people that can't go outside unless they fresh. Like I get, appearance is everything, but sometimes we're overdoing it, and then it comes back to self-worth, and then you think these things make you. That shit don't make you. God already made you. You're already made. So all you, yup. Yeah, hell yeah. Only you got, yeah. All you got is up, and then up is the best place. All you got is up. So for the people that's really in a rut, all you got is up. For the people that's really, we're all human, yes, and then
Let's get it.
and we
Salute. Everybody
and we all
salute.
got the same emotions, the same, you know. Some of us had the same values, but in the image of God, we were already made. We were already here. So when you see all these things, you may see me and Bump show off our clothing and our watches and our jewelry. That's not who the fuck we are. That didn't make us. So we gotta value ourselves back again before we can come out in the world and just even talk to one another. Because people use all these things to define shit and don't
So
even know the real them.
too,
They
King.
use the Gucci, they use the Louis, the new sneakers, and you got people that hide behind this, and that's they build it like I've seen so many persona. Like I remember growing up, I said I never wanted to be a character. I used to hate when people call me that. Like my aunt, you're a little character. I used to hate that because I'm just being me. A character will present I'm trying to be someone. I'm not like I'm playing a part. I'm not playing a part. This is who I am. So I used to get upset at that. Like certain people used to like, oh, you a character. But that's what I see now. As I've gotten older, that's all you see is a bunch of fucking characters. Everybody's not who they portray to be. They're
Roger.
playing characters. And then it's hard to read people. That's another one reason why I stay away because it's hard to read. Everybody's playing a role, a character. They don't want to be themselves. And then if you want to get deeper, when you look at the best actors, they're the niggas that just be themselves, like Denzel and Leonardo and Tom Hanks. They don't do shit. They don't change their voice. They don't. They just be themselves because they get it. Like I always said, we're multi-layered. They get it. So they love you gotta love yourself through and throughout. And then you go to the world, and then when you touch the world, it's a different place when you love yourself. it's a different, the world is different when you love yourself. I don't know how to, like, for the person that don't love themselves, I don't know how to express that loving yourself is a different world out there when you love yourself. Problems don't come at you that way. You can analyze people different. You're not over emotional. Like I was as a kid, you're not so defensive.
Imaginary playmates, huh? Miss Tamika Brooks, thank you. Welcome, welcome.
Yeah,
We're
you're
all
not so,
welcome.
you
The
know.
floor is open. Everybody see me in coast flowing.
Everybody, the floor is open. I'm glad everybody tuned in,
Women
talking
is
to town.
welcome. Yeah, the women is welcome. You know what I'm saying?
But that was a little side note because most of the niggas, like I was saying, it's an image thing, and we build up an image as strength. No actions speak better than words. Dress up, yup. Dress it up and it still stink. Can't put lipstick on a pig. So,
Woo!
can't put
Yo,
lipstick on a pig.
yo, and you want to
Yes,
know
that's what
what?
we're gonna have another person come on the next show. We got a lot in store, Auntie. We have a lot in store. It's not just we have a lot in store. But
Declare coming up there, but I'm not coming if it's cold. But just trust and believe. Coast and I have
that's the
sat
key.
down.
Self-love. Yes. Self-love it's not about being selfish. Self-love is about loving yourself and knowing who you are in all situations. So you don't put yourself in harm way.
A
That's what
coast.
it's about. Hmm?
Uh,
I
Richard
seen it.
Hines.
Let Rich in. I seen it. Rich is he always in the show. Let Rich in. Let Rich in. Cause this what it's for. The show is for people to take the platform and speak and pop out. What's good, brother?
Not much, man.
Salute, King. I love you.
Love you too, man. And I just wanted to plug in real quick and give my 2 cents on the conversation that you guys are having.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm plugging in because, like I said, first and foremost, I salute both of you. And what I like and I respect is that you getting perspective from two different generations, even though we grew up in the same area. And I just hope whatever I do say, and I ask my Lord to guide my words. But I'm not about being politically correct. I'm not an individual that's about worrying about people's feelings. This is not a time for us to be worried about feelings. And what blows my mind about my culture of people and men, we worry about feelings only when it hurts us. But in
Mm-hmm.
other words, our culture, all we do is gravitate towards negativity. All we do is glorify negativity. If it's anything positive, it's like people are hesitant to support or find some way to, you know, find something to nitpick. But anyways, back to the point of what you guys are saying. As a young man, my name's Richard. I grew up in Stanford. And what I will say to us as men, and just with the whole, because I'm a father. I have a son that's not in this country. I made a lot of sacrifices as a young man. But what I realized is that our culture, we don't always do things the right way. And when I say the right way, I understand that all of us have different backgrounds. We've come and went through and experienced different things and stuff like that. And sometimes a lot of our situations are due to our circumstances and things of that nature, so far as being young men, before we grasp and come to a point where we're either going to choose a side so far as progressing in life or digressing in life. So for me, just like you said, Coast, and just like you said, Bump, I grew up with a lot of dysfunction. and family at a period of time, right? I grew up as a young man I'm half Jamaican and I'm half American. I grew up in a town in the 80s, late 90s, between the 80s and 90s, where I didn't even know who I was at a certain point, but I was still trying to fit in, right? So I grew up outside the village. Coach, you can co-sign it. Bump, you can
Mm-hmm.
co-sign it, and so on and so forth. And what it was odd to me is that we had black on black racism at that period of time. And the reason why I state that is because I have a father that's Jamaican. He would make comments about Americans. Oh, you Yankees are this, you Yankees are that, this, that, and the third. And I'm sitting up here as a young man, graveling this in my head, like, how could you make those type of comments when I had no choice on who you decided to procreate with?
Mm.
Mm.
But not even acknowledging his words. You feel what I'm saying?
Mental health is real, y'all.
And
So
then on top of it,
we
not to
have to
cut you.
watch how we
Mhm.
speak as children. And on the last episode, last show, I brought that up. How like to Coast, and he answered it on what do you think about the name calling, and things of that nature. Wh-
And I'm
You
a
know,
people. And I was gonna put it to you like this, Bump.
sorry to cut you off, Richard.
No, it ain't even. It doesn't even matter because I understand and I apologize for cutting you off as well.
No,
But
but
I'm.
go ahead. Take the floor back. Go ahead. I just wanted to get that out there. Y'all can always go back to that. I made mention of that, and on the next show, here you go with some, the
Uh,
Lord putting somebody through the vessel to say that he was affected by this. So
Yeah,
and
I want to piggyback more off that too.
no,
sometimes
I don't.
we might feel like, okay, this slick shit is cool for this young sponge to just when it's really not. It's not cool to push off our old nasty habits, the b-boy with the fucking hat on the side and coming in with the blunt and like, oh, like that shit is so whack.
I
And
was
and
gonna.
and
Hmm.
all the man is saying is he is a prime example of that, of his father mocking the, so
Exactly. But I was gonna say to you, Bump, not to cut you off either. I want Coast to give what he wanted to say, and then I'll chime in. And like I said, I'm just giving y'all a little bit of what I went through as growing up and struggling mentally and emotionally and trying to find myself and trying to be genuinely. And I'm gonna say this crying because people don't really know how much I love where I come from, and it's a love hate thing. And the reason why I say it's a love hate thing because I see so much potential, but it's like we settle for mediocrity and
Mm.
ignorance.
Mm.
And the only people that we seem to like want to emulate or align with is people that don't even give a F about where they came from. And that's majority rappers. I don't care what part of entertainment they glorify how they came from the struggle, this, that, and the third. But the majority of them don't come back and do a jack dang thing. But they'll come back and say, "Oh yeah, I got a concert going on. Pay me $500 to come and see me." When you know this community, half of them ain't got it.
$1. And that's where it hurts. Because me and Bump had a conversation like that, and I was telling him, I always use him as an example, and I'm going to use him again. I lived on Betts Ave, and Dr. Childs lived on Bonner Street. Dr. Childs was a dentist when I was young. He used to make house calls. So that's representation of black wealth, black appearance in the hood, by the village when it was the bricks. So I don't like. He's probably a nigga that's gonna say, "Don't make no excuses about I live where you living at," because there's a lot of people that
mm,
are successful and can set an example for the people
that
that are here, but they leave. So we don't have no examples. Cause I remember growing up, my uncles always used to talk about get rich and switch, get rich and switch. That was my Uncle Sean thing. They don't got rich and switch. And I never got it as a boy. I'm like, what do you mean? We go today, like, but when you get older, you understand the mindset has switched. So they look like it. It's not like they don't come here. It's like they're above us. They almost thinking we're beneath them. So it's a weird concept to even look at when you look up who people look up to and who people want to worship, because there's nothing else for them to look at,
Well,
because
Coach,
all,
Coach,
like,
sorry to
you
cut
know, it's
you off,
hard. It's
but Coach,
hard, man.
uh-huh. But Coach, I'm gonna ask you this, right? And I'm gonna pose this question to you, Bump, too. I get that, but then it's like, all right, I'm gonna put it like this: between the '80s, '90s, 2000s, when it comes to music, right?
Mhm.
We are some of the most influenced people so far as when it comes to our culture of music, right?
Mhm.
Between Connecticut and New York, right?
Mhm.
Isn't it amazing to you how basically, and I'm just gonna keep it real, New York music is basically washed up. The only reason why I say that because most people from the younger generation, I'm not talking about our generation or above,
Mhm.
but drill music don't really put out nothing positive. That's just this generation. I'm not knocking them, but anything that promotes death and things of that nature, I can't align myself with. Now, don't get me wrong. There was a lot of music that we grew up on where they were saying the same thing to a certain extent. But what's weird to me is like I see the music situation falling apart in New York, but now they're like running to Connecticut to try and pick and choose who they want to when we've been there the whole time. But they will never give us hold up. They will never give us credit back in the '80s, back in the '90s. Even Puff Daddy came out his mouth and said there's no talent in Connecticut, and that blew my mind. But the main woman that he was dating, she was from Cassie is
Well, you
from New
know,
London. Cassie's from New London.
one thing I learned about Connecticut, and because I've been making music since I've been like 16, 15, 16. I've been writing rhymes longer than that. And I've always been told outside of Connecticut, like even going up to now, and I'm in the studio with Dazel, and they've always told me Connecticut has the crab in the barrel, meaning every time one of us go out, we bash someone that's here, bash someone that's here. When we out of town, we never hold each other down.
And why
So
is
it
that?
makes it look. I can't. I don't know why. And this is years of hearing this.
I
This is when
got you.
I was a little boy, and I used to hear that when the first rappers was from Connecticut was out. That it's just a crab in a bucket mentality in Connecticut. It's always been that way. This state is a crab in a bucket state. And as far as Stanford, we got the worst of it because we're so close to Connecticut.
Yeah.
I mean, to
I'm
New York.
New York.
So
No, I get you.
people will hate to see someone make it that been on the stoop and they ain't there. They hate to see that. It drives them crazy. So they'll do anything to keep them right where they at. So they don't support.
And then sorry, goes back to what we were
You know.
initially. What I'm the reason why I said that is because when you said some we don't sometimes we some people I think what you I can't quote you exactly, but I believe you said something about it's a lot of us is it's not a really a victim of your circumstances or where you live. But I kind of want to argue that because just what you said, right? You said it's
No, I
crabs in the
said
bucket.
no. Let me explain it. For furthermore, I said Dr. Childs, as a dentist, would probably say, I don't want to hear the victim of her circumstances when I'm from the same place as you. I bought the house on Bonner Street next to the projects. I went to Stanford High or whatever. He did the same route as us. So a nigga like him would say that to people like me running around the neighborhood
Okay. So to
as a
what you
little
said,
boy. So it,
and I
it
got
gives
you.
me a different perspective of how we all grew up. It's just
And
perspective. That's it. He would say that shit to us.
and you know
Like,
what's
I don't
funny
want to
that you
hear that shit.
But you know, it's funny
because
that you say that because
because a
I
lot of us
agree.
get caught in the victim of a lot of us get caught in that shit
No,
of
and it's
that.
true. You're right. No,
And
you're right, Coast, and I agree
you
with you.
know,
Now that I got a full understanding of what you were stating to me.
yeah, so
Oh,
yeah, because I didn't want it to make because the environment is the circumstances for everyone. He just made it out, but he
eh,
used to say shit like that to me to think about it in another perspective. But the
Well,
environment shapes all of us.
but
Miss
I'm gonna
L,
put it. Huh?
It's perspective that makes it us different. How we perceive it makes us different. But we all live in the same environment, but we perceived it different through our experiences and
Yeah.
shit.
And this is the only thing I was gonna say to that is because, and I like I said, I can use myself because
Hmm.
I agree with you, and even what he stated, because like you said, from his perspective and the
Yeah.
things that he's went through,
Hmm.
he can say that, but it will be offensive to another individual that
Yeah. We used to
didn't
take
actually have.
offense.
Huh?
We used to take offense.
Yeah, and
Shit.
I'm a no, but see, we've grown as men. I was
Hmm.
even one of those individuals at a certain time. Now, what's weird to me, I'm gonna break it down real quick. I moved out of Connecticut in 2015, right?
Hmm.
Prior to me being over here in 2015, how long have you known me, Coast?
A long time.
All right.
I
You
can't even
see,
tell you.
all right, see, point blank period. I even know your I think your uncle named it start with a Q.
Yeah, Quentin. He was
All right, so
yeah.
hold on,
Like
hold on.
everybody knows
Not
somebody in
even,
the
no,
family.
not even Quentin. I'm gonna put it to you like this: my father and my family, my Jamaican family, go far back with with your Ford family,
Hmm.
with y'all.
Cause you know my
Period.
dad is Jamaican.
Yeah, I didn't even know that. Coach, like I said,
Yeah,
we all generations that somewhat know each other, but some way families intertwine, whether it was
yeah,
like high school or just personal experiences or just crossing each other's path due to having the same friends or whatever the case may be. You get what I mean? But for me, when I was there the whole time, just like I asked you, and I asked Bump this before too, I was a foot soldier. Nobody gave a jack. And listen, me, the whole time you see me going through my struggle, I was never looking for a handout. I was looking for a hand up.
hmm,
And even in the midst of that, I never hated on nobody, bro. You know that.
yeah. But it's
And
back
then
to what
hold
I
up, what's
said.
weird to me? Hold on, what's weird to me is that everything that I've achieved here, I should have been able to achieve in Connecticut.
Yeah, but you know, I
And the
don't
different,
take.
hold on, Trace, Coach, before you say anything. The only thing I think that was different with him, and like I said, I don't know that man's situation. I don't know anything about him, but I'm pretty sure he possibly had some type of support network
Of
behind the
course,
scenes. Hold on,
you have to
support.
have the village
Hold on,
around
coach.
you.
Hold on, coach. Behind him, whether we know it or not. Now, for me, I can't really speak for anybody else. I had support around me, but were they able to support me in the ways that I needed at that time? No, because I wanted to be a basketball player, but I didn't have any family members that would sacrifice the money to put me into certain programs or whatever the case may be. So I figured out the best way I knew how. I was looking up to certain dudes, trying to fit in, and at the same time make ends meet. You feel
good.
me?
Yo,
Hmm.
thank you. Thank you. Thank everybody for popping in.
You know, I never really took like sayings. And you know how in New York they be saying, "Oh, if you make it here, you can make it anywhere." You know, Stamford, Connecticut is like one of those places because you got to have a mindset here, a grind about living here, where not only you got to have money, your family got to have money, even to kind of make it in Connecticut. And then you got to have a mindset where your head got to be down. You got to have years of focusness to where, your family kind of got to fall by the wayside. It, it,
I'm
it,
I'm
it's
listening to
hard. It's hard, but that. you know, like I'm from the city that works. So
I'm
that
with
so that should, we all from the city that works. That
hey,
should tell you something right there, right
hey,
then and there.
Coach. I'm listening
Should
to
tell you something right then and there.
I'm listening to how you say this shit about Stamford, Connecticut. I'm trying to figure out, well, where the hell did I fail?
Yeah, because you gotta look at it from a standpoint of
I
financially. Listen, what I'm about to say.
okay.
Financially, most of all of us fail. I told you what the median was 70,000, 71,000. You know what you got to do to make that? I would have to go back in reverse and come out of college. I mean, come out of high school and go back to college and get an electrician job or become a plumber or do something like that. Go back to right tech. That's the median for a single person to live comfortable. $70,000. That's in Stamford, Connecticut.
But yo, listen to this. Not to
So
cut you. Hold on.
it's the
Hold
finance
everything.
thing.
Hold on. Coach, hold on everything you just said. Right now, I'm gonna peep what you just said.
Well,
If you can make it between New York or anywhere, I can co-sign that. I think that's pretty much true. Aside from everything that's going on financially now, one
Yeah,
thing I
it's a
will tell you.
financial thing.
Hold on. One thing I will tell you, and I know for a fact, with the prices, like you said, whether you're single, whether you have a family, or it's two, the cost of living between Fairfield County and New York, other than California, is ridiculous. It
Yeah,
doesn't make
man.
sense. I'm
It
telling you, if
don't.
hold on. If people were really comfortable with migrating and leaving what they used to, you would make it a lot easier. But a lot of people are not. And then another thing we got to remember is the local politics. You know how many people that's in me and your age range that are powerful behind scenes and companies and various places that you may go to get a job, and just because they know you, they'll say something to fuck you up. I had it happen to me in Connecticut, Stamford, Connecticut, to be exact.
Well, it's a small town, you know.
No, but we talk. Oh, but people talk about it as it is a big one. When me and you know the reality, you go one area, you're in Darien. You go to other area, you're in what
Well,
Riverside. You
it's a
go
140 something thousand people in Stanford.
see,
You know, we're
but you
the
know the math.
second populated city in Connecticut. So at the end of the day, this shit is expensive. So
Yeah,
that's why most of us are failing. And the migration is right because it's just the fear of the unknown and to keep in mental health. That's why a lot of us have mental health because the fear of the unknown and stuck in the cycle of get up, work, come home, sleep, get up, work, come home, sleep, penny here and there, you know, new outfit here and there. That's not living. But that's when that's all you know, you become content. So you just, you know, and that's
hmm
what people in Stanford have become content. Because remember, it's a crab in the bucket place. Like you said, you were looking for a hand up. Why? In a crab in the bucket place, everybody's climbing out. They're not looking behind.
I'm gonna tell you why I did, Coach, because Coach, I believe you know how I'm gonna put it to you like this. You know, Tyler Perry, and you know a lot of BET and things of that
Mm-hmm.
nature, and how they project black people.
Mm-hmm.
I believe I was raised by a woman that always told me to put my intellect first, how I carry
Mm-hmm.
myself, and this is an island woman. So I
Mm-hmm.
believe that we have it in us. It's just like we rather settle for the stereotypes. Not all of us. I'm not saying all of us.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? So
I know what you mean.
I always tried to put myself around people I believed genuinely wanted to either collaborate or help one another. But then in the midst of that, I see people's character really show where either they want to be the HNIC or they just don't want to collaborate for whatever reason, or either they're not looking at the bigger picture with whatever it is I'm maybe trying to. put forth for us
Yeah.
to
Mm-hmm.
contribute. You get what I mean? And
Mm-hmm.
that's it. That's it for me. Because like I said, I can have a person treat me like the bottom of their shoe. I don't know what it is about me. I know we not perfect, so I always believe that give give an individual the benefit of the doubt. Now, there's certain acts that you can commit that will get me to say fuck you, but I will never use the actual words. I'll just not make myself available to you anymore. You get what I'm saying?
No, there's no
As a,
more. I'm an adult. There's no more benefit of the doubt.
I can
There's no.
respect you on that.
There's no more benefit of the doubt. We're adults. We're
But
adults.
yeah, no, you're
Like
right. No,
like
you're right.
people know what they doing. They know right from wrong. We are no longer childs. Life is real. Life is too real to be giving people chances fucking your life up. And you see it all over the world. Look at the little niggas telling on everything
Yep,
because
and they
they
voluntarily were a part of the nonsense.
because they see it. They see it ain't nothing, and they don't know no way out because what's around them is not a way out. They OGs is in the street doing what they doing. So the only way out now is to do that. That is the only way out for them. They don't have no other options. They barely making money. They have nothing to look up to. They don't have at least what we had, where we at least had one or two, three guys in the neighborhood that would try to steer you in the right way, tell you yo not him or he ain't about that. It's just character. You had men in the hood that can judge character. Now niggas don't give a fuck. Niggas don't care about your character no more. It's not about that no more. You know. Nah, you say.
Nah, I
Yeah, the
get,
gentrification is heavy. Yes,
I
in
get it, I
Stanford
get it.
City.
But coach, you know what's weird to me, and I just want to go back because it's like, like I said, I'm an '80s baby, and I got a pretty decent memory of my childhood up till now. And that's just looking at the world on the way the media is projecting us, projecting
Mm-hmm.
what's going on. It scares me to see so much fabrication and lies just because of people's personal feelings, as opposed to them really being honest and genuinely just laying it out in the black and white, the truth.
Well, it's
Like
always been that way.
it does. I just don't.
So
I get.
once see
Mhm.
once you figure that out, bro. Once you figure out the way it is, it's always been. It's a facade. Nothing has changed.
Exactly.
Nothing has changed. We're still products of a system where like we ain't beat the system. We just gotta work our ways around it and try
Yep.
not to get caught up in the jitsu the law, that
Nah,
system.
but you
Other
know
than
what's
that, we're still in a
hold up.
system
And
of
sorry to cut you off.
capitalism.
Hold up, Cole. Sorry to cut you off. I'm gonna keep it real with you. Ever since I caught my first case as a kid, I caught my first case on the corner of Lockwood and Cove Road, right? Went to the store. My mom told me to go buy some bread, right? So I go to the store real quick. I buy the bread. It was a dude that didn't speak English. I don't think he was a whatever. Um, he swung on me with a broomstick, pimp. Tried to knock me out, whatever. So I go back home. I drop the bread off. I come back and I try to yig him with the knife. That's my first case. So I ended up at juvenile on the whatchamacallit. And ever since then, just like you said, even though I had some ups and downs, and then I ended up doing a pretty decent bid after I graduated high school. That's all I've been doing, bro, is just trying to maneuver through my 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 what's the proper word? My peers in this life, navigate through life. Because I know a lot of people might say, "Oh, I seem like a wishy-washy person," but I've been hurt so much. I've been used so many times. I've been the ass of people's jokes. So, me, I'm gonna keep it real with you. I I have very very big trust issues. I'm not a person that really like big crowds. I like to be social, but I've been in a traumatizing situation where I had my mouth wired shut and nobody came to my aid and so on and so forth. Not saying that they were supposed to, but like I said, I just went through so many different things. And like you just stated out your mouth, I think it's just trying to be smart and open your mind and be honest with self and navigate the best way that makes you that 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 suits best for you, but do it in a positive way.
Yeah, because peep game, when you find that, all the people that love you will come back because they love you for you. So they can look past all your mishaps, all the thing that you just told me that they can look past that because they know you. But it takes the inner self because a lot
Coach,
of us fight that. A lot of us
coach,
fight that, and they don't
coach,
want to be loved no more.
coach. I don't know who you are. I don't know what you are, but you just spoke so dynamically. That's how I ended up over here, bro.
Hmm.
My wife that
Thank you.
I grew up with in Stanford. She moved all the way to Washington
Hmm.
on the West Coast.
Hmm.
She was the person that I'm gonna keep it real, bro. She saved me. She saved me, and I'm not saying that. And anybody, matter of fact, I don't
Nigga,
even.
it takes a good
I no no
woman
no.
to
You know what? You know
save.
what's nah.
Yo,
You know what's the
be
wild part?
thankful.
I could care less what anybody's opinion is of my words.
You're
She
not
saved
supposed
me,
to.
and the reason why I know that she saved me is because I was going through very trying things in my hometown with my family. My grandmother lost her house, which was outside the V, you know. And then my
Hmm.
grandmother owned another house on Fairfield Avenue. She lost that one as well. And I was just in a real rough place, man. And I was working at PetSmart. I was working at
Hmm.
PetSmart picking up dog shit to make ends meet. Just lost my job of 7 years working for Stop and Shop. It just seemed like everything that was just falling apart. And I was pimp. I was even working at Lord and Taylor at the same time, trying to make it.
These are the shits that
like,
make you wiser as a man.
mm,
These situations make you wiser. And, you know, even you can talk about this because most men can't even talk about that. And that's where the wisdom comes in to where even a nigga like you, for the sake of the show, you can speak to someone that's younger than you and you can kind of address them on their level because you have the wisdom. You've been through there. Like a lot of us don't know that a lot of niggas we were around that were younger than us were looking up to us too.
mhm,
So we have to kind of be mindful of that and be like, yo, bro, this is what it is. And give back to and be
mhm,
the one to try to be a trendsetter because, it takes a lot to even come up here to talk and do what you're doing. Because, we done did this all be our eighth show. So this is the second person that came up here. That's not from, you know, not a regular. Because we have two regular
mhm.
guests, Brother Floyd, Josiah King. But other than that,
Well, the only
this
reason
is
why I
dope.
joined is because I'm a man down right now. I just went through a surgery. I had knee surgery today.
Okay.
It was successful and everything. And like I
That's
said,
what's up. That's what's up.
into what you just said, man. Like I said, and I told my big bro Bump too. Anything that my people is promoting that's positive, I'm gonna always put my best foot forward, and I'm gonna support you because we need this, man. We need the real to have a lane too. You
Yeah,
know,
we need the
you know
real to
what's
have a lane to
you know what
be.
hold up, you know what's even crazy, and I'm gonna say this to you live, Coach, because I see sometimes me and my brothers going back and forth because of certain people's feelings and stuff. You know what? We just gonna operate as positive as we can, and the ones that are negative, let's not even acknowledge them and pray for them at the same time. Because,
Blessings.
like I said, man, at the same time, we got to be an example. We cannot be examples in any form or fashion and saying that we are trying to help a demographic of people, whether what age it is and what generation they come from. We gotta I'm about living exactly what comes out my mouth. Actions
Facts.
speak louder than words. My actions have to align with my words. You get what I'm saying? And we all
Hmm.
came from the fire, brother. You
Facts.
lost a lot of brothers. I lost a lot of brothers, and this is one thing I want to say out loud that a lot of people don't really know. Brown people and brown brothers, to be exact, had to grow up with a stigma. I don't know if you remember, but they told us we wasn't supposed to see 21, pimp.
Yeah.
And that's not something we came up with. It ain't come out no rap song. That's what the stigma we were grown up on. And by the grace of God, me and you are able to talk. We lost a lot of people, a lot. And like I said, I hope we can stop the whole drill situation, the whole this, that, and the third, all that crazy nonsense stuff like that. And now that I'm not going, I'm always keep it real. I know there's things that go on behind closed doors.
Blessings, King.
Very, I know there's very intimate, personal things that's going on in the world at the same time. If you can deal with it in a positive way, do that first. That's all I'm going to say.
Mm-hmm.
But as a culture of people, we don't need to be promoting death, man. I don't care. I don't care if you don't like the person. We don't need to be promoting it. We don't. It's something that just comes with life. It's
Here
just like
is
that. It's just
Bumster.
like that thing. What's that? The things that's inevitable. We already know death is something that we all gotta face. Why go faster?
Well, it's sad that we got to do that. It's sad that, due to the environment, how we live in, it's sad that we're miseducated on things, on who we are and where we're from and what we can be. It's a struggle, so.
Yeah. I think you
And
know what too. I think when we as humans really come to a place where we can be truly genuinely accountable for our individual actions and just be honest, we'll grow as a people. That's where I'm at, man. Because
okay, okay, about time, Mr. Black Jacket. Put the
the
smile on your
man, the
face,
man,
brother.
the man of the like I said, the man that I told you already, he even know my story. And like I said, I don't really want to in depth on certain things that I did or was associated with and stuff like that. Because like I said, me and you, and I'm pretty sure you got stories too. When we was coming
Yeah,
up,
we
trying
don't,
to make ends meet, trying to make ends meet, and scramble, gamble to do what we got to do and be where we at right now. So
we all been through a lot,
you know,
but for the sake of tonight, tomorrow night is New Year's Eve. I advise everyone to call a loved one, call someone that was there for them, tell them something, tell them how you feel about them. Get that out the way. Get that out the way first. We all know somebody that was there for us. I don't give a fuck if it was the janitor at the lobby store that you go to. Buy him something. Tell him how you feel, how it made you feel. Open up because
maybe because you didn't ask or they were just maybe
you
what
know
they
you
had. I
you
don't know.
never know in that sense because to me if God blesses me with the day to wake up after New Year's Eve, it's just another day. So I'm not really invested in New Year's Eve, New Year's night like I was in my 20s or even in my 30s. I may go out because I like to enjoy music. But other than that, I don't want to do too much to where I'm putting myself in harm's way because that type of energy is around. Whether I want to not acknowledge it, that energy of a new year is around because everybody has that same feeling. So I don't want to be around the wrong energy where perhaps something could happen. So I just want people to stay safe, you know, stay dangerous if needed. Be mindful of your drinks and your alcohol. Please don't drink and drive. It is not cool. It is not the way.
Say that again. I'm a diesel mechanic, man. I've seen so many accidents and people affected by accidents, bro.
And
Don't do it.
thanks for
Don't
all
do
the
it.
blessings. I
Uber it
want to
up.
thank everybody
Hold
that
up, big
tuned
coast.
in.
Hold up, big coast. Like you just said, Uber it up or whatever you way you can get to wherever you got to get to, man.
Yeah, Uber it up. Do what you need to do. If you gotta stay home, get your drinks early. You know everybody gonna be bouncing back and forth. And for the
or get
people
your
who's
bottle and
going
stay
through,
put, or
for
get
the
your
people
bottle
who's
and then
going
stay
through
put. You
mental
know.
health situations,
Hmm.
don't take this time to just drink yourself away. Don't take this time to smoke yourself away, cause that ain't gonna help none.
Hey, Coach,
And
how much time we got left?
we 2 minutes over.
How you feel?
You was going away. That's
This
up
your
to you.
show
If you want to
too?
keep going, we can keep going. I need a lighter. I was gonna step
Thi-
away and get a lighter and come back.
This your show too? You.
But you always want to ask me how I feel. I feel great, brother.
All right. Hey, yo. So listen to all my people, man. Please, man. I I mean this from the bottom of my soul. I'm just a spirit, right? Yo, man. Anything that's suppressing you, that's holding you still, yo, let it go. Let it go, man. Please, man. I'm an advocate for that. Like when we dealing with other people and other people got strange things and different energies and things of that nature going on, we take that we take on those responsibilities, man. You know what I'm saying? Whether if it's friends, family, close to kin, like we really have to buckle down as individuals. Um, and being that I got the floor, I just want to double back because I am on point. Um, I'm not going to say living in Stanford didn't work for me. I just didn't want it to. I felt like I was what you like. If I didn't leave, I wouldn't be able to be giving you guys this. You know what I'm saying? So I don't want people who was in that heard me say before, because it's a trilogy. We got Richard, we got the host that do the most, Big Coast. You know what I'm saying? So when I was saying, well, why didn't it work for me? I wasn't uh, able to elaborate on that. So um, it did work for me. I just knew that I was too big for a small situation. Um, I always felt that, but I always had an invisible chain tied to my ankle, which was the judicial system. I became, you know, a statistic at a young age behind my actions. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to blame it on the system. I'm not going to blame it on a molestation or this or that. We all have to stand up and take responsibility for oneself and one action. So looking back, my actions for putting my hands on a specific individual that led to my first charge at the age of 13. Nobody forced me to do that. I wanted to be like Bumpy. I wanted to be that dude. We had a teen life center party in which they used to have for us as teenagers at like a high school or something like that.
Bump,
And,
bump,
we all come out. They used to have things for us like that. They stopped.
bump.
And that was my first encounter, like, you know what I'm saying, with the whirlwind. And, you know, it became an ongoing thing. It just a snowball effect. So I couldn't really do what I wanted because I had responsibilities and the path that I had with Connecticut. So as soon as I was able to clear myself and give myself a chance and opportunity, I took some advice from a young lady that used to come see me, was you know a support system of mine. I want to recall an event. At a young age, she was reading the 48 Laws of Power, and she took one of the laws and she and shot that to me. And I never ever knew. And she was ahead of her time because when I read the 48 Laws of Power, I didn't apply it or deep dive into it. You know what I'm saying? Until later on. So when I made that change, when I decided to recreate and re-event and recreate myself, you know what I'm saying? And then when I came back across laws later on in life, as I got older, I was like, damn, Youngin was on point. So the Lord was always sending different signs and people, places, and things to deliver the message. And so I was able to, you know what I'm saying? And I had an outlet, which was my godmom, and 9 years later, I gave myself a chance of, you know what I'm saying, opportunity, space, time, and boom, here I am. So again, I don't want to say that it didn't work for me. It did. However, when it is my time to talk, a lot of people didn't even know that when I was living in Connecticut, I did a lot of positive things. Before I left, I gave back. I, with a lot of other my peers, we built homes for people. So those buildings on the south end, the tallest building on the south end by the water, I partook in that. And I can honestly say that when it came to the punch list, I was last that Andre Wash and David Wash selected. So in order for those people to get the money on the closeout for those buildings to where they were able to then start renting them, it took some time. See, I know why. We'll get back to that when, Coach sit down and we have our one-on-one and things of that nature. But I say that to say, not only did I help construct, I read the blueprint, like I learned a lot. I was one of those guys that was swinging off the jig machine, fucking around late nights, bringing the machine down, people coming home from work, when they had the fairway over there, what was that? The supermarket, when they first put that up and all of that. And I took part in that. And my name is in the books down at the government center. So when we come in from work, everybody who partook on that list, they have that. And that's documented. And I've later too learned that that documentation is down at the government center because they have to know the constructural bill, like they had the people, who partook in this and that. So it's almost like a jail log book as well, where everything has to be jotted down. These people could not get the money unless the T's was crossed, the I's was dotted, and I was one of those people who partook in that all the way till the end. So I know my stuff, and then later on became a concierge, where I'm now working at the front desk in these buildings where I've seen many people move their stuff in, move out. I was the person that was doing the mail, making sure that certain deranged boyfriends go up certain stairs to get
Were
in,
you
things
working
of
on
that
Summer
nature.
Street?
So I
Were
just
you
wanted to
working on
kind
Summer
of
Street,
put
bump?
that out there to the people that when you guys may have heard me say it didn't work for me, it did. I just
You
overran
see
my
how
course.
capitalism work
I
though?
was
In the whole, you see
Bump?
how capitalism work? They'll get you to
I wouldn't
build
be
the
where
apartment.
I'm at now giving you guys this. Let's just look at that.
No,
So
what I'm saying, Bump, is you see how capitalism work? They'll get you to build the apartment. They'll get you to work in it, but they ain't gonna get you to live in it.
hey yo, if
And
you
that's
was
different.
talking, I can't really hear you. Something happened to where the volume went down. So if I was talking and you were saying something, I sorry to overtalk. I can't really hear.
Can you hear us now?
I could hear, I could hear, but it's low. I will have to be
Why?
close.
Why you talking so
Okay.
loud?
I know.
That because I can't
Why you're
hear.
facing the camera? You got your gristle all in the camera. My
Yo,
G
you know
talking.
what? What time is it? It's 9:12.
Hmm. Was you working
Bump.
on Summer Street at that time, Bump?
Say that again.
Were you working on Summer Street at that time?
Yeah, you remember that, Gip?
Yup. I
You
told you.
remember when?
I remember. I told
Walk
you. I
away real
remember a
quick. I'll
lot,
be
bro.
back.
All right, Coast.
I told you. I remember a lot, pimp. I remember. I remember pulling up to you with your manager suit.
So I can't say that I didn't give it a shot. You know what I'm saying?
You speaking to the people right now, Bump. I know you.
A
But
lot
yeah,
of people
man.
don't even know my name, Bumpy.
Oh.
That's what they call me.
Oh.
In Stanford, in Bridgeport, they call me Brand Nubian. I'm just saying though, I should not have to talk about I'm a real nigga. Da, 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 da. I don't do that.
You shouldn't.
Hey yo,
The
get.
real recognize real.
Hey yo, get.
Yo.
This is a Levi outfit. I just got some white Levi jeans on with the black Levi jacket.
Let me tell you
I'm
something about
regular.
your Levi. Let me tell you
Get up
something
in the
about your
house.
Levi. Right now, I'm looking like the Giants head coach. See, niggas, like, see, you don't know nothing about
I'm
that.
scared
That's
of
the Super
professional.
Bowl. I always have something exclusive. See, Super Bowl Giants fitted. See, I
They
always gonna
trash,
have
yo.
something.
Your
I
boys is
always gonna have
trash, by
something
you.
exclusive that nobody have, man.
Nah, you
Hey,
NFL
do, you
get.
have.
do.
I'm always have something
That's the
exclusive.
Super Bowl. Hold up, that's the Super Bowl when y'all smack my boys, the
Yeah,
Patriots,
that's
isn't
yep.
it? For
Hey,
the
So
hey,
19-1.
hey,
That's
to
messed
get.
up,
keep it
yo.
to
He
keep
know
it
I can't
real,
see him. I don't know why he doing that.
He
you
got
gonna
his
see me
New
on the
York Giant
playback, Mr. Levi.
hat on.
You gonna see me on the playback, Mr. Levi.
But
But
yo, real talk, Toast. Oh, hold up. That's the piggyback to what you said, Bump, real quick too. I had a yo, Coast. I had a chance. I worked at Urban League in Stanford. Or what was that? What street is that? Right over there by where everybody catch the buses at downtown, where the square used to be at.
yeah,
What
Urban
street is
League
that?
used to be right
That-
there. They used to kick me out every morning.
So I was in that. I was in that for a hot minute. I was in a nonprofit organization called Lower Fairfield County Act. It was basically to help teens when you got out of high school get into the job field and learn how to, get ready for interviews, so on and so forth. And then we actually had did a seminar. Well, no, we did a dinner brunch because we were trying to get funding, and the program was ran out of the women's shelter over there
hmm
by the
Burlington.
that graveyard.
Yeah, it's across the
Yeah,
street from where Burlington used to be because they
yeah.
knocked Burlington down.
Okay, yeah. We was in that, and then I tried to become a civil engineer. Right, the classes was in fucking Landmark Square. Peep this. This was 2000. No, this was 2000. So, anyways, I got in this program and I was going to challenge myself because I do like drawing and shit like that. And I like certain things about construction. So, anyways, long story short, the blueprints, the whole discussion that they're having about doing all those new bridges and stuff like that between Connecticut and New York for those casinos that they plan on trying to open and shit.
hmm
I seen the blueprints to to that shit back then.
Mm. Well, that's
And
how the you know
now it might actually go into play. That shit's crazy.
that's how the system works. That's why it's hard to beat the social system that we're in, which is capitalism, because they plan 20 and 30 years ahead how they're going to market things to the people so we can buy in.
But Case, Coach, you know what I think? I'm gonna keep it real
Whether
with
if it's
you.
bridges, whether
Mhm.
if it's casinos, they ran highways through every major black neighborhood. They know what they're doing.
But I'm gonna
So
keep it
for
a
you to
I'm gonna keep
even
it a buck
see
with
that
you. I agree
from
with you.
1999, that goes to show you that they know what the fuck they're doing.
But
So
I was gonna say this: the only thing I see different that I know we could work on if we really did care, oh, that we really could do. We still got the numbers. That's one thing. It's just if we ever find the opportunity where people could all come on one accord of our culture. Because, bro, I'm gonna keep it 100 with you. Even though they set themselves advance wise and years wise and this, that, and the third, we still got the numbers. It's just the ignorance and people not wanting to come together. If we didn't have so much competition within us, if we think about it, we're the only genre of music that has this thing called verses. Why we can't just respect each other for each person's craft? Why do you got to go up against each other and put one person's down to another person? Because everybody love music. You don't see that in rock and roll. You don't see
but
that in. You don't
that's
see.
the
Hold on. You
nature
don't see
of
that
the
in
music.
gospel. You don't see that in
That's the
um
nature of the music. But
no,
as
I
people in
understand that. No,
whole,
I understand the nature of it. But like I said, why do we actually? Why do we? No. Why do we
as a
actually have to
culture,
use the word verses? Why can't it just be you projecting and you showing your craft and he showing their craft? That's it.
because the nature of the craft have always been that. Rap has always been the first type of genre of music where we can determine the outcome of who's better. There have always been ciphers and
So
battles
then,
since the
coach, why?
nature of
So
rap.
coach, then why the South? All right, remember when the game? All right, I'll say this is just my opinion. You can correct me because you're a little bit more in depth with the music on a personal level. All right, say the golden era. I said between when I was like 7 to 8 years old, New York had the rap game smash. Period. Right.
Hmm.
After that, once me and you got into like what high school, 2000. I mean
Yeah.
2000. It went straight up to that dance music, straight down south. Why everybody down south can work together, even if it's behind the scenes bullshit, this, that, and the third, but they can get
because
on the
because
same level.
when you look at music, the way see the way South perceives music and the way North perceives music is different. They don't perceive music as I'm trying. Like there's a handful of South rappers that think mind it like up here, like I'm trying to be the best. Like the T.I.'s, the Little Waynes. There's very few of them that think like a Northerner, like I'm trying to be the best. They're not in it for the craft. They were in it because they seen niggas making money. And then that's how they market the music. What makes money? What is these niggas gonna buy? So for almost 40 years, they've been marketing the music that way. And then the last 10 years, music has they can't market it to us now. Now, see, the sad part now is they've done their job to where now music is by choice.
Yeah, you can go and stream specifically who
So
you
you can
want to
pick
hear and
whatever
stuff
you
like that.
want. So the
Hmm.
job is done. So we can't even blame the record companies or none of that because they're people just go pick what the music they want to
They
listen
gonna
to,
pick what you like. Period.
and they
Like,
still picking the trash and the filth
nah,
to
true,
to
true.
promote. Because I've always told people, no matter what people want to like or dislike about rap, rap has always been a mirror of what's going on in our community. We don't like it because we don't like what's going on in our community.
And would
That's
I
the
be wrong?
problem.
And hold
Even
on,
with the
would I be
kids,
wrong?
they're no different from when I was 16 rapping about
So, coach,
shooting
if I
and
would I
robbing the
be wrong?
neighborhood and selling packs.
So would
Because
I be
that's what
wrong to
either I
say?
was doing or what I was seeing.
So would it be okay for me to say that also whatever is marketable
Yeah,
specifically?
of course, because rap has become a business. It was never supposed to be a business. It was never supposed to be popular. It was always supposed to be underground. You know, it
Oh,
was supposed to have a message within the
okay.
music.
I get you. So you're basically telling me it was never supposed to reach where it's reached.
Hell no.
I got you. I
Hell
got you.
no. Because we lost control.
And you know what's crazy that you say that? I can see it now because, like you said, it did reach. It's reached international levels to
And
where
we
other
don't have
people. Hold
control
on,
of
hold
it.
on, hold on, hold on, Coast. So we actually do got culture vultures that benefit most from a culture that was birthed by us.
Well,
I mean,
that's with all
a
music.
music, a music that was made by us that wasn't supposed to even go where it's at now.
That's with all music. But we lost control of it a long ways ago when it got popular. See, we weren't it wasn't it wasn't for everybody. Rap has always been for a certain community of people that grew up in that time, in that era, in that essence. They all had the blue magic grease and shit. Like people can relate to so much shit. That's who it was for. Then when it crossed over, we lost control. Now we making a mockery of it. We don't know what it is. I don't hate the South because the South did something that a lot of up northerners failed
Uh-huh.
to do. We made it so technical to where people lost the feeling in rap because it's all about who's the best, who raps the lyrics, so the South came in and brought feelings back to the music because
Yeah.
music has always been about dancing and feeling good. I'm not
And
saying
you
New
know,
York niggas didn't do that, but in our era, we
it was
like the bars, the freestyle. That ain't that.
exactly lyric,
So
lyric,
that ain't
lyric,
got no
lyrical.
feeling for everybody. So when the South came, they were making feel good music. That's why it ran its course.
Yep.
It ran its course.
Now
You
you
know,
absolutely make sense. You
because
breaking it down, and you're helping me get a better
yeah,
understanding.
because like we were making good lyric. Because when you think of up north, you think smart, you think lyrics. I'm not to say that Southerners are not smart. I'm just
No.
saying that's how rap started up
Yes.
north. Lyrical, who's the best, and then when the South got it, they weren't thinking about who the fucking best was.
No.
They didn't
No. You're right.
care. That's why, to answer your question, that's why they're able to do songs together because they're not worrying about who has the best verse. They don't have friendly competition like we have. We're
Nah.
so
You right.
competitive up here. We have friendly competition to where, I was in a group. I'm writing my rhymes, but I still want to top my group members. I want to make the best song, but I still want to have the best verse.
Yep.
They're not thinking about having the best verse, and that's why they kind of had the game so long.
Hmm. Makes
But
sense. Makes a lot of
and when they
sense.
marketed it, they were able to dumb us down, so we don't have to think. Because up north, you have to think. Because
Yep.
outside of Outkast, Lil Wayne, and certain rappers, they're not making you think with the metaphors and the lyrics.
They
They're
just
just
want you to
making
feel
you
good
not
and
think.
dance,
Yeah. So they had to kill New York rap because New York rappers still gonna make you think about something.
and you have to be able to even understand a lot of
Yeah.
the
And then if you
line of
look
the
at
dialogue.
and no matter what era you want to go through, all the best rappers always had lyrics.
Nah, facts.
So it's
You know what I grew. You know what I'm basically birthed from
it
what you was
it, it
birthed from. So
it always had they always had lyrics.
hold on. So let me ask you this: who's your favorite group? And like I said, I got too many, but
My favorite rap group
my favorite rap group to
is the
me,
Locks.
I
It's
respect
probably
it
the
a thousand
Locks
percent.
or Wu Tang Clan.
Me too. Now, outside of the mainstream guys, who would you say group wise?
You know, I like and just because Bump said that, I like Tribe Called Quest, and they're not always a pick when people want to pick groups. I think you know
Hmm.
I like Prodigy, so I like Mobb Deep.
Me
I'm a big
too.
Prodigy fan.
Me
But
too.
as far as like music in a whole, because Bump, we always have this little music conversation, like what music does to the community, and you know, I think
It influenced, like you said,
as a
it
as a
influenced a
culture,
generation of
we as a
cultures.
culture we have to stop putting so much power into the music and looking at it for what it is and just music. It's like
Facts.
we got to stop putting so much, letting it influence us in certain ways to where we can't even, like, most kids can't even function without it.
No,
You know, and we were
I'm
the
picking
same
up what
way.
you're
I
saying.
remember I couldn't wait to get a clue tape and get on the bus and play and everybody hear that
Yep.
shit. So the
Yep.
same mindset, whatever they were doing then, they're doing it now, but it's different because it the radio, their kids don't listen to the radio. They're not like cramming it in their face like they did us.
Yep.
They're actually going out and listening to the Ice Spices and
The
the shit
specific
they have no business
artists and
listening
stuff
to.
like that.
The Cardi B, they're 12 and 11, but I had to sit back and put myself in an age
In their
when
shoes.
I remember being in 1994, being 10 years old. I was listening to Snoop at 10.
Yep.
Now
You ain't lying.
you wouldn't give Snoop to a 10-year-old now.
No.
Not that same CD. No, you wouldn't.
Hell no.
But there's kids that is seeking out their version of that
Yeah.
type of music right now at their own age. You know, that type of derogatory music is still alive and kids are seeking it out because that's all they see. It's in the T. They can't hide from it.
Nah.
It's like you can't cut on the TV because everything we watch is either cop show, law show, scandalous show, Hollywood Wives. It's all just the same repetitive shit. I'm tired of seeing cop shows and Law and Order been on since I've been a kid, and that's just programming people.
Nah, you ain't
It's just
lying.
programming. And then in the music hasn't changed. People think the music has changed. It hasn't changed. You
Nope.
know, for every Little Kim, there's a Cardi B. And Little Kim was out in 1996 talking about the same shit these chicks talking now. So we need to stop it. And then for
No, that's a
every hood drill music, there's an Onyx. When Onyx was saying throw your guns in the air and whatever
yup.
90 what. So
Yup.
that's the same shit as what's going on now. So we gotta be, you know, we gotta stop letting it influence us as a culture in a whole to the point where even down to how we dress and how we talk and how we look, you know,
And to piggyback what you said too, Coast,
black culture is bigger than hip hop culture.
and then even to the like you
That's what
said,
people have to be mindful of. My aunt is older than hip hop. So black culture been around longer than hip hop culture. Hip
yep,
hop culture is a little speck, a subgenre of black people. We gotta stop making it like it's the whole of everything, because it ain't. That's what we need to stop doing in a whole. And then we just point the finger at rap, point the finger at rap. Black culture has been affected in so many ways before rap music was a thing,
yep.
before rap music was even thought of. So we got to realize we got to get back to our roots as a culture, not rap culture, not hip hop, because there was a culture before rap.
Yep.
So people got to realize that shit. And we need to get back to that roots. And then maybe we can start hearing better music because our forefathers of rap, like Nas, like Jay-Z, they're from the era before rap when they were growing up off different type of music in the
Yep.
house. Their mom playing different type of music. Now
Yep.
you got kids, they don't know nothing but rap because it's my generation raising the kids. So we're not playing nothing else because they don't have nothing for us no more. You
In
know?
my era,
So all the kids are
me
growing
and
up
Bump
to is
era,
rap.
we
There's
grandparents
no
now,
more
so
singers. What singer are we playing but Chris Brown? Unless you
yep.
got to go out and really look. And like he said, KRS-One was the teacher. He taught. So
Yep.
when you build it up in the mental health aspect, it's all around us. It's negativity. So as a parent, you gotta be hands fucking on, hands on with your kids, because it's all around you. You gotta know what they watching. If even if you letting them watch TV, you gotta know what their phone is, even if you letting them have a phone.
Yep.
Because you can't be like, well, in my day we ain't had. Well, it ain't in your day. We're not in your day no more. You can't say that. These kids don't want to
Exactly.
hear that. This is not when we used to knock on the door. Can I use your phone? Somebody down the street need help. This, these ain't these days. Time moves faster than that. They snatching kids up. They doing all types of crazy shit. Amber Alert's happening on niggas' phone every other week.
True
But
story.
it's the time where music it affects kids different because it's like the system has already won where they're choosing the dumb shit. We don't even have, like, if you give them the phone, they're just gonna seek the dumb shit out. So when I see that, I'm like, damn, nothing has changed. It's a reflection of the neighborhood. It's a reflection of the culture somewhat. There's good music, but the reflection of the culture, even if they're promoting, even if they choose to just promote the bad part of the culture, it's still part of the culture. We have to accept that. It's just like mob movies. That's a
Yep.
part of their fucking culture. They've accepted it and moved on. It hasn't became them. It hasn't swallowed us up like we let rap music swallow us up as a culture when we are bigger than that section of time. Rap is only 50 years old. Black culture is how many years old? How long we been in America? So we have to
God
get
knows how
back to
long.
that.
Yep.
We have to get back to true culture and what truly means to be black and stop explaining what hip hop is.
Amen.
Because some of us were born before it. Some of us don't even listen to it like that. For real. Some of us don't. There's people my age that don't even listen to that shit no more. They just so disappointed they stop listening. Like me, I only listen to old shit from
Same
my from
here.
my from my teenage years. And that's it.
And then to me, I'm just like you. This specific
You
artist
know?
that capture my ear, I might listen to. That's about it. But old music, that's it.
So, music is filth, but the message has always been filth because that's what they choose to promote. But it's also a mirror. It's also a mirror because these niggas wouldn't be rapping about the shit if it
If it
wasn't going
wasn't true.
on. They're not
Yep.
making this shit up.
Facts.
They're not making these raps up and all this dumb shit just because they're promoting it. You think they're faking it? Even the ones that are lying, they pulling it from somewhere real. This is the culture. This is what they see. This is what they're talking about. We've always been reporters of the neighborhood. The rapper has all that, but now he's entertainment. Like I've learned that that's all you are is entertainment, the gesture.
Yep.
And people know when you get familiar with kings and queens, you learn what the gesture is. He's the nigga that tap dancing, hey, and keeps everybody cool.
Yep.
He's the nigga that reads the message. That's why they say don't kill the messenger. Usually it's the gesture that comes in and reads, we're about to invade, and the king get mad and chop the gesture head off. He's that nigga. So, you never look up to these people. Those are the entertainers. Even for your mental health, you don't look up to these guys. You tell your kids that immediately. That's not who you want to be. You know,
Yep.
that's not who you want to be. Look up to someone else. If you want to be, look up to somebody on Law and Order. Be a cop. Be a lawyer. You watch all these shows, look up to them. Niggas watch just as much rap as much lawyer shows. Why you don't be a lawyer? You watch Law and Order and all these shit every day. Do it. Do
Facts.
it. There'll be a community behind you. You can build it. You ain't always got to go the other way and try to be the rapper, try to be the basketball player. Even with basketball, they're not even taking kids no more. They're taking because they're paying kids now, so they're taking college kids. They're taking overseas kids. They're making it harder for public school kids to go to school and play basketball. Basketball has become a rich man's sport. Oh, you either got to have money for a trainer and this and that, or you're some NBA Sun kid. So the mental health on that, of a 16-year-old kid that's been
It's
working his
rough.
whole life dribbling the damn basketball, dribbling the basketball, all through college to not make it. The
Yeah.
stress on that has to outweigh, like some people when they see me, they be like, "Oh, you still trying to make it in rap?" I know people that take that to heart because that in their mindset they see it as I ain't make it until I'm famous and big like the other rappers. So they fold under that question, because they don't understand I'm doing what I'm loved to doing. And then in basketball, just the same mindset. They forget that they're doing what they love to do, and basketball got them through so much. And then there's life beyond rap. Like, I know that. Just like there's life beyond basketball when you don't make it. So it's the mental things that some people have to take time to get over, because
Hmm.
it's men's mental health. We go through a lot. It's a lot of things we got to get over. Like I'm gonna have to get over bump using the headphones.
Yo, I can't hear you
You heard that though.
because I got the headphones on.
Yeah, I seen when I seen because I almost said, hold up, Coach. I almost said it to him because when he got closer, I heard him say something, but I couldn't hear him clear. And then I seen him put the headphones back on real quick.
Yeah.
But now, real talk, like I said, man, point blank, period, man. I just love
No, no,
the
no, no,
compadre,
to
man.
zero. I'm not. I had to
Oh, niggas
so
had bump playing video games.
That's what
Oh,
he
bump
doing. He is
sneaky.
too. That's why he laughing. I bet
Bump
you he right.
sneaky.
hey yo,
Bump
coach.
playing games on
Nah,
us.
nah, nah, nah. Listen, listen, real talk. Somebody had called during the live and I hit decline. And when I hit decline, that shit took away the speaker or the volume. Yeah.
Yeah, that don't make sense. You playing games, nigga.
Hotline.
So let me speak on this right here real quick. You see that?
Nah.
You see bump chin right there, y'all? You see them gray hairs? Most black men I know run from that shit. They don't want to embrace it. That we get up in the age, we see a couple grays, we want to get the just for me beard. We don't want to embrace that shit.
Nah, I rock mine's proud too.
I tell black men, embrace all your looks. Because God don't make no mistakes. There's niggas that get 70 and don't have no gray hair. God ain't make no mistakes. Embrace your looks. Love yourself. You only get one chance at this. Then the afterlife, we don't know what going on.
Nah, bullshit. That nigga
No.
Coast lying. If your mouth raggedy, you better go get that motherfucker fixed. Don't
Oh, that
embrace that
too.
shit.
But that too. Like that too. Go get your shit done. Health and wealth.
If you know you ain't right, don't embrace that.
No, I was talking about embracing, getting old, my nigga. Just embrace getting
Oh
old,
nah,
because
yo,
you got a lot of niggas in our age group that want to stay young and think young is cool and 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 I'm not with the dress young
Dying their
shit because I don't know
hair.
what that is. I
You
don't know
talking
what
about
dress young
dyeing their
means,
hair and all that, trying to
but
nah.
hide.
young minded, young minded things. Like I was telling Bump, I don't know nobody that's of the age of like 21 in their 20s unless they're in my family. So
Mm.
it's like that's what I mean. Like, what
Same
are you
here.
doing hanging around with your son friends or your
Yo, I
daughter
love
friends?
y'all. I love y'all. Yo, thank everybody for still tapping in to Talk of the Town. We nothing
Yeah,
without
because we
y'all.
are we
You
are
know what I'm
40
saying?
minutes over.
Talk of the
It's
Town.
it's the last show of the year. That's why I felt good to just keep going. It is what it
Talk of the
is.
Town
Talk of
is
the
where
town.
it's at. Talk to us and we'll talk back. This is the
You
Men's
know,
Mental Health Support Group. It might have looked like we went off task. You know what I'm
but we did it.
saying?
I always reel us back in, even with the mental health things. Like I was saying from before, we was talking about the music, and I was saying, you know, we gotta get back to black people as a culture. Black culture been around way before rap. So, the things that affecting us is much deeper than the music. We gotta get beyond that. You know, we are not hip hop culture. Black culture goes beyond hip hop. I
And I
love
put it
hip
to you,
hop culture to death, but hip hop culture is only 50 years old. There's much black people on this planet that's older than that, that's been around, that's cultural, that know what it is to be black.
but
That
just to
ain't the
pick,
elements of hip hop, which is break dancing, graffiti, rapping, and DJing.
but just to piggyback on what y'all both said, I just thank y'all for having me. Coast and
Yeah,
Bumpman, and being able
hmm
to just elaborate and give y'all a little bit of myself and some of the things that I've experienced and went through in life.
No doubt.
And like I said, man,
blessing.
Oh,
back
oh, oh,
to
oh, oh,
even take.
oh, oh. Ho, 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 ho. Can I say something, please, real quick?
Mhm.
So he, meaning Richard, uh, he's been witness to me being a stepdad. We're not gonna call no names, nothing like that, but he used to come
Here you
over and
go, back to the
babysit.
stepdad. Here you go, back
Nah,
to he
nah, nah.
loving.
No,
Nah,
because
that's true.
everything is symbolic, Coast. Like
Nah, but it's
because
true.
this is talk of the town, and if anybody can speak of my values and what it takes and what it like, you know what I'm saying? Like he was indoors, he was in like I
I
he
assisted, helped.
yeah, yeah. So he was part of like, you know what I'm saying? He'd be like, yo, I'll watch Zai. He's like, yo,
Yeah,
bump, y'all go out and you know what I'm saying? I'm like, yo,
do what y'all
word. He'd be
got to
like,
do.
yeah,
And
boom. You know
even
what
the
I'm
other
saying?
and even the other individual was comfortable with me being around there as well. So
Yeah. So it's
I
all go
and
ahead, go
like I
ahead, go
said,
ahead.
I'll put it to you like this. I know what type of individual, and he always project good to children. That's what I know,
Who's
whether it's
he?
his or not.
Who's he?
You,
You nigga.
Grumpy,
Oh,
Carl
okay,
Cooper,
okay. Oh, shh.
Mr. Cooper.
Look at this nigga. But
Ah, well,
you
no,
know,
but because Coach and I, we've had conversations even off, you know what I'm saying, the show, you know what I'm saying, and I've talked with him, and I'm like, yo, sometime, man, this shit could fuck relationships up too. It's mad mental health with that, and it's cool that you and I can discuss it, but to have somebody that we know, you know what I'm saying, to come on the show or just to share certain experiences to be like,
that's what it's about.
yeah, like, you know what I'm saying? Not too many people can be like, yo, he a good dude, or like, you know what I'm saying? It's
And I
But
can
see, the thing
and
about
I
that is, there's not too many people to acknowledge change, to acknowledge the fact that you are getting better as a person.
right.
There's some people that see you in a different light and see you getting better and won't say shit.
I'm okay.
And they know you and they won't even congratulate you on a
Right.
smaller level. And it's like, damn, it's like you like sometimes you question like those type of since it's the new year and shit, those type of
Hmm.
people, you know, you want to question like, do you really love like you see me pull myself
That's
out
all
of a
right.
pit and this and
That's
that
all
and I'm
right.
going through this and you ain't even,
Mm-hmm.
you know, show me
Hmm.
no love, no real love.
Hmm.
You ain't speak on it. It sometimes you gotta evaluate it from a different standpoint, you know, how like you know how people say it ain't that deep. Yes, it is that deep.
Well, I can vouch for that
It
because
always that deep. I'm one of them niggas. Yes, it is that deep. When you
yeah,
dealing with
well, how you going to tell how if you feel that how you going to tell another nigga nah it ain't that deep, nigga,
that's
me and you
crazy
just
because
like
when you dealing with my inner circle, my cipher, all my circumference is that deep because I take it that deep. You know, I
right,
might not take it personal, but I'm deep with it because I
right.
understand a lot of situations. So I sometimes it's weird for me because sometimes I I overstand the situation, but I think like, why he do that? Like, what does he benefit from doing this? Does he gain anything from making me feel this way or making me lash out? Like, what was his thought process? I
Mm,
suffer a lot because it's like I don't like I be wanting to understand all things, you
that's
know,
mental, that's part of mental health too,
and
nigga.
that's part of mental health. I had to learn, you know, you ain't gonna
but,
understand all things.
but you said you don't deal with mental health.
Listen, I said I don't need the show,
No,
and
you
I
said
stand on it Because you got to realize something that I'm telling you. I'm telling you something about who I am. I'm aware of this. That's what makes it the beauty of it.
You,
I'm
you guys,
aware.
you guys
I'm
have to
aware
excuse me.
of, you know what it is? I'm aware of my faults. Meaning like me saying that I'm above my mental health, meaning I'm not perfect. I don't want people to think when you cure your mental health, all of a sudden you become perfect.
Right,
I'm not perfect by far. But one part of the mental health that I know that I'm aware of that a lot of people are not of, I'm aware of my self faults. I'm aware of my limits,
right.
you
That's
know.
dope.
So
It close. Am I too close to the
self-preservation,
camera?
huh?
Am I too close to the
Yeah,
cam?
you are. Your head is in the camera.
How about now?
Self-preservation.
How
It
about
looked like you
now?
got the camera down, like you looking down on us, like you on the mountaintop.
All right.
All right, Martin Luther King mountaintop, man.
I'm
But
just trying to get us right.
it's self-preservation, bro.
Right,
Sometimes you got to look at yourself and know what you setting yourself up for. You know, it's just like with the little niggas before you got off camera, and I was telling Rich, you know, look at the little niggas. They don't know themselves, so they in situations where they have no outlet. So they telling because they
mm,
don't know no better. They didn't know themselves. They didn't assess the situation.
right,
Sometimes you gotta know your limits. That's all mental health. You can put a strain on your mental health thinking you He-Man, thinking you Superman, thinking you Wonder Woman, and you can do all things. Only God can do all things and be thousand places at once. But us as
right.
humans, sometimes we take on so many hats thinking we can do all things. There's niggas out here that want to sell crack, coke, dope, fentanyl all at the same time. What are you doing? You can't do that. You may think you can, but you can't do all things. You're gonna fail. Even and then your mental health, you may the money coming in, you can't even handle. So many people calling your phone. Mentally, you stress. You're not even sleeping at night. That's for the hustler out there who don't know he's going through mental problems because he got too much money coming in. He can't see it. The money blinding him, and he ain't sleeping weeks, stressing out. Family stressing him out, paying bills, paying this, paying that. A lot of people go through that mental stress where they need to sit down and woosah down to the 9 to 5 nigga that's working a 9 to 5, and he living check to check.
Right.
He doing right, but he tired of living check to check. He don't know no outlet. Every day he up. Maybe it's his second job, but he trying to build sanity because the system set it up to where you're gonna get that second job. Fuck your sanity. Fuck your livelihood.
Right.
Fuck your leisure time. You gonna work. You know, the system set it up like that. Up here it's set up because each city has its own system within a one big system, which is capitalism and consumerism. We all buy into some type of capitalism, consumerism things. You know,
I wish
even
I would
on
have never.
even on a scale, even on a scale of like you know me and Bump be joking, and Bump will like show his refrigerator, show his cabinet, and show things. You know, I may show something, but even on a scale like that, where consumerism comes into play, where I may have see this, I may have now in my house, I may have 50 of these. That's consumerism. I don't really need 50 of them, but I buy them. And that's where the capitalism comes in. Because when they first started it, this juice used to taste one way. And the more benefits, they watered it down. Capitalism, so they can sell more. Because we're consumers. And we've been caught on that shit for so long.
Yo, you pissed me off doing that because I can't see what you drinking, nigga.
It's a apple eve apple juice. Apple juice. But see and then we get blinded by things, and then we buy cars to suppress our mental health, to suppress our problems. It's not just smoke the weed and drinking. I remember when women used to say things like, I go shopping when I'm stressed out.
I do
And
that.
now you broke. And now you more stressed out.
Hey,
So it's
coach, I do
always
that.
been a fabric of our lifestyle, you know.
Am I wrong for doing that?
You're not wrong for treating yourself.
Cause I be
Nobody's wrong for nobody's wrong for treating themselves because people work hard for their money, you know. People earn this shit.
I get
But
stressed out. I go buy Legos, knowing I ain't supposed to do that shit.
yeah, but it within consumerism comes greed. And greed is one of the big sins that
Mm,
I only go by. I only go by greed, envy, gluttony, because those are the sins that destroy the body well as the mind. All the
mm,
other ones you can keep, you know. But the ones that
right,
the seven deadly ones, those are the ones that destroy the body and the mind. And with the
right.
consumerism comes greed.
I
And
like that.
greed is it's like, you know, greed can be anything. Like I said, greed can be me buying fifth. Like greed can be the nigga that buy a pound of weed every other 2 weeks just to smoke it all up and give it all away. He's being greedy. Greed can come in
Right.
so many fashions, but it starts with consumerism. So we got to get out of this. I gotta buy this. I gotta have the new Jordans because I can show you my closet. I can show you this closet up here with all these sneakers up here to the ceiling and the sneakers down here. Like you know, but that's consumerism. That's what got us all in a cobra clutch. And then we think we ain't got, like Bump said, you think you ain't got mental health. But it starts with finances. Like this whole episode, we've been talking about finance and how money, how not this like New Year's Eve. Don't be blowing your money and buying all the bottles of drinks and carrying the new year. Start with your finances because trust me, it you're always gonna have some type of mental issue because life ain't gonna let you not have one. You know, and God is only gonna put what they say. He gives his strongest soldiers the
The
greatest
toughest
battles,
test. Yeah.
the
Rollo,
toughest
what
test.
up, though?
So, with that being said, you're always going to have some type of mental, but get your finances first. Because that's always the first mental problem for everything, for most of us. You know, where this next dollar gonna come, what I'm gonna do for this next dollar. Just thinking about that over and over. You know,
Hey,
you
yo,
got some of us that are locked away off that mental thought because they went out and reacted, sold
hey,
some drug,
Coach.
got caught up. What up?
I like how you was talking about at the end of the year, people checking their bank account. Do it add up to their New Year's resolution?
Nah, it
Do
don't.
do do what like like people take the time to you I'm not going to talk shit. I'm just
Nah.
saying like
Let
yeah,
me tell you
for
something.
for for
I'm
for
on
people
something.
people people that had this and that to say and how themselves belittled other people and just those who had high expectations.
You can
We
have high
really
expectations for life, but you know, one thing I learned is, you know, never fault a person for not achieving their goal. Never.
I'm not, but don't be fronting either.
Nah.
There's a lot
See,
of people, we spoke about that. A lot of people be, what I'm saying, they get their income tax and shit. They be in front of the joint. They buy, some jewelry, some teeth,
because they
and
don't know better. They don't know better, bro. When you give somebody something they never have, they blow it. Like they say, if you ever the man who can't keep $1,000 will never keep 1,000,000. So they don't know better. We need is we like financial literacy won't make you a millionaire. It won't make you rich, but it'll
right,
make you aware of how to spend your money. It's like the foundation of it's like the basement. So you're aware of what you're doing and how you spend it. I'm
right,
not
right,
telling people how to get rich because if I
right,
did know that, I wouldn't be where I'm at today if I knew the exact way of how to get rich. All I know is moving forward, as a whole, as black, like I was telling people, we are the 18th or 17th country in a whole in spending power. And the black dollar lasts 20 minutes
That
in our community
yeah, but
before
when
it
did you
goes
tell
out,
the
before it goes
when
out, before it goes
when
out.
when were you breaking that down to the people? And what
Uh,
episode? What show was
that
that?
was the episode with me, you, and we were talking about the finances of how much I spend on my haircuts a year and how much I spend like grooming, how much a man actually spends grooming himself yearly, like in 1 year on cosmetics
So where
and
could they find that? You got to know. You got to lead the people to where they could find that if they
that
want to watch
episode is
that.
actually not on the YouTube page yet. I didn't edit it up. It's on your page. So they can actually find that episode on your page. It's a
Yo,
morning episode.
it's actually not even part of Talk of the Town. It was just some shit we went live on.
Yeah, because we're gonna have a Sunday night. We're gonna have Sunday nights where Sunday nights will be similar but different. They won't be like men's mental health. We'll have positive discussions. It's more so a open forum where not an open forum, but it's more so relaxed where the commentary will be more lighthearted. It won't be so serious. It won't be so I won't be so in your face telling niggas this is what they need to do and this is how you get your mental health right. It'll be more geared to like I remember me and Bump had a conversation that you can also find on his page where Bump asked me, "Do I know how to fold a fitted sheet?" Just silly shit like that, you know. And that was fascinated by me because I know I've been there to where I done brought the laundry out and I done folded everything and all the fitted sheets is sitting in the corner and I just roll them all up, roll them shits all up, fold them all up.
It's the thought that count, man. Stop laughing. You stupid.
I just roll them shits up. So, you know,
Y'all stupid.
that fitted sheet is dangerous.
Coach,
Ah, that nigga said,
coach,
yo,
coach,
everybody else do
Only
it too,
old black
man.
women and old
coach,
Jamaican women know how to fold them shits.
coach.
What's up?
But to piggyback on what you Bump just said, I was just going to ask you about the financial thing. Sometimes I think it's what you said, so far as us not having financial education. But is it maybe just as a culture due to going back in history before your time, before my time, and stuff? And this is just something I even spoke to my wife about because there was a point in time when I remember when I was growing up in Stanford that when I was in KT Murphy, to be exact, we used to have like the Native Americans come to the school sometimes,
I
and
remember that.
they would be dressed in their native attires and stuff like that. Some of them had jewelry, this, that, and the
I
third.
remember that. I went to
And
KT
and,
Murphy
and what's
too.
the
I used to
weird
think they were
and what's the
Spanish.
weird part for me?
That
I
shit
get it
sound
that
wild.
and I know a lot of us, well, more or less from where we grew up in the area, people try to keep up with the Joneses, whether they broke or not. Point blank, period. Right. But what I found, like you said, we are consumers because even myself, I think I've just really gotten to the point. Even my wife would tell you, I purchase stuff way more than she do.
That shit
I don't
sound
know if it's
wild.
just
Nigga said his
way
wife.
the way we buy, the way we buy more than
Consumerism.
than the females that we are with. Because me, if I could, I'm gonna be honest with you. I would buy myself a pair of feet every time. But that was just because when I was a child, I didn't have that opportunity.
But it's
But
not
at the
even
same
just
time,
that, bro.
it doesn't even make sense to because majority of my attire is I'm in Greece and I wear nothing but my uniform. So I couldn't tell you the last time I bought a pair of shoes, even though I got a decent amount of shoes. You get what I'm saying? But I'm not going out there like what was it? I think the 11s came out. A couple of different sneakers came. I ain't rushing to go get that, and I'm not spending that arm and a leg no more. I I buy the way I buy now is like if I'm on a special occasion, like if I go on a trip somewhere or a vacation, that's about it. I'll buy maybe treat myself to an outfit or something like that. But
Miss
I don't buy.
Ferguson, peace, 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 peace.
I try not to
Welcome.
be I try not to be a
No,
consumer no more, like you
I'm not
stated.
most financial savvy person, but I do see the flaws in the spending, and I'm learn every year. I'm learning. Like right now, I trying something that I seen on TikTok, and I'm like 2 weeks in now. But the
What's
young niggas call it a 90-day challenge, 90-day run. Well, really, I haven't spent no money. I'm not gonna spend no money in 90 days. So I've been
mm.
living off soups and salads, just being real frugal for 90 days and spend 90%, save 90%. See what I can do in the 90 days, and
So
just
does that cut into your going out and shit, nigga? Cause
it cuts into all of that. It cuts
you
into
like to
all of
go
that.
out on dates and shit. You a date
It,
type nigga.
yeah, but it cuts into all of that. It cuts into my
Ain't nothing
weed, my
wrong with it.
drinking,
Ain't nothing
my
wrong with it.
tricking, my going out, my having fun.
He
It
said it.
cuts to
He
all of
said
Yo,
it.
that.
He
coach, an
said it. He said
asshole.
it. Look, he said it. Not me. He said. He said
I heard.
it.
Hold up, coach.
Yeah.
I heard he stopped tricking if he got it. Coach bugged
But let
out.
me tell you something.
Yeah, that's my
But why
guy.
he say? Hold up. Why he say it so calmly?
Yo, yeah, cause he
One
try to
thing
slide
I
that
know,
shit in there. He try to
because they
slide
put a
it
stigma
in.
they put a stigma on it. See, like I put it like this. They put a stigma on it because you got men that solicit the tricking. And it's almost still like begging, even though they have the money.
Uh,
I don't know when the last time I tricked.
I'm a
You
married
got a
man.
wife, so you
I'm
every
married,
day,
so
nigga.
I
Every day, nigga. She can
don't
wake
know
up
what.
right
I don't
now and
even know
say, "Give
that
me
word
that
no
card.
more.
I want to go to the store."
Yeah, look at this nigga. Look at this nigga. Look, I can't give
Every
him
day,
no
nigga, she can
leverage.
wake up. Wake up right now. Let me see that card, boy.
No,
Right to the
not
store.
at present.
Tap, tap, tap that shit. Tap. What I'm saying is, I have no problem spending money. So most
Hmm.
nigga call it tricking. I'm just being honest. I have no. I like to say the word because I know it rile niggas up. But I have no problem.
So stupid.
I like to say the word because it rile everybody up, and the women be like, "Ooh, ooh," like deer in headlight when they hear that shit.
I
But
was I was
I
like
have
that without my single days. I
I
was just
have
like
no
you, coach.
problem. I have no problem spending
I ain't
Oh
money.
mad at you,
shit!
coach.
Oh man, that shit sounds so wild though.
If
I
it's
ain't mad
worth
at
it,
you,
Just
I don't
coach.
saying
care.
though.
I don't care.
Hmm.
I'm
Hey
living
man.
life. I'm living life.
Nah,
Like,
but that's what niggas doing though. Listen. I'm gonna tell anybody straight
but
up.
everybody I'm dealing with is single. They're
Married
down
or
with it.
not,
They
I'm not
know
doing
it's
that. Married or not, I'm not doing that.
well. Then that's you.
To each his
Because
own,
Listen,
King.
understand, you like
listen.
let's go back to what I said.
To
You
each his
because
own, King.
there's a like you have to go back to what I said.
I don't
There's a
Come
do it at
on,
tricking.
all.
twin.
There no.
Come
There's a
on,
tricking
twin.
stigma because most of the niggas we know that
Uh-huh.
trick, they trick because they can't get it.
Oh my God, here we go.
And then here comes the money. Here comes the money. Here comes the
Nah, but
money.
hold up. But hold up, coach. You know what's crazy?
So let me
I
ask you
hate when
this. Let
people.
me
I hate
ask y'all
when
this
people.
real quick.
Bump, why you
Let me ask
Oh.
you
laughing? Hold
this,
up, hold up,
Bump.
Bump. I was going to ask Bump. Why you laughing?
Let me ask you, Bump. Because Bump love laughing. Let me ask you this, Bump. Let
Go
me ask you
ahead.
this.
Go ahead.
As a man, when you see a woman, are you leading with money? Like, does your game start with money? And when
Not,
I mean that, I'm
no, no.
talking about, do you automatically start about the thing that you can do for her?
Oh, nah, hell no. Not
Or
me
what
as
you
a
can
man,
do?
nah. I'm gonna make her fucking
Nah,
ass
not me.
laugh first, and then I'm gonna
Me,
go from
me
there.
either, coach. Nah, I don't leave. I don't leave with a conversation. And Talk if I
because
was
Yo,
talking
did
to
y'all just
somebody
hear
about
me?
money.
Did y'all just not
Yeah.
hear what
yeah, I
I
hear
said?
that.
Yeah, we heard you.
I'm gonna make her laugh first, and then go from there. I don't know. I ain't gonna be with all that. Yo,
I
I'm a
got
real
this, I got that.
nigga. Yeah,
No,
nah,
I ain't
nah.
doing
She
I,
that.
gonna
I
see
I
that
just asked
shit.
the question.
She gonna see I'm rich already, nigga. But I'm just
Um,
like, yo, this nigga a handful. Like,
I don't talk
yeah.
about I don't talk about money. I'm trying to
I'm
get
gonna
to
You
know
make
know,
the
you.
I keep
person.
it
So,
modest.
ladies,
I'm trying to
I'm
get
gonna
to
make you
know the
laugh
person.
first.
If that's the case.
Some don't
If that
take.
was the case,
Hold
Coast,
on,
I'm just
get.
trying to
Hold
get to
on,
know who
get.
you are as
Hold
an
on,
individual.
get. Hold on, get.
That's all.
Hey, ladies, don't take my like.
Yo, ladies, if the
Listen,
feeling is
listen,
mutual,
listen.
Coast is spending money. Period. If the feeling is mutual, Coast is spending money. Let's
That's
just leave it at that.
that's
We've been up here for 3 hours. Yeah. I love y'all. I'm about to wrap it up. I'm about to
single
Rich,
days. I
Rich, blessings for
100%
you to
agree
even
with you,
be on
Coast.
here.
I agree with you 1,000, brother.
You know, but like Bump
Yeah,
is laughing.
I love my nigga.
Fuck that. He's so
Yeah.
stupid, yo.
But like I said,
That nigga said, yo, I mean,
if the feeling is mutual, Coast is spending money.
I fuck with it. And listen, there's some niggas
If
that,
it's one sided, you won't get a
but
fucking
there's some
scrub.
niggas, you lucky the feeling gotta be mutual, because some baby girls don't gotta, you
You
know.
got niggas that trick and the women hate they guts. So
You're
don't
not
don't get
lying. That's
the
not a
women
lie.
hate they guts, nigga.
That is a
So
fact.
it's
We gotta pray for them
and
brothers.
I need to leave that. I'm done, bum. We off topic. I love y'all. Talk of the town. This our last show for the year. Everybody drive safe next year.
Oh, God.
Drive
Yeah.
safe. Be safe. And
Be
be
yourselves, man. Be your
yourself.
fucking self,
Be
man.
yourself. Rich, thank you for coming on.
Thank you for
I
having
love you,
me.
brother.
Nigga had me
Anytime the
slobbing
floor
and
is
Likewise, bro.
shit.
open, anytime you want to speak and
Yo,
get your
you
mind
stupid.
across or get your point across, we
Cold
are
stupid.
here every Tuesday from now on till 7 to 9.
Hey, Coast.
We went over because this is the last show. I was feeling good. I felt like we needed to put in another hour. I don't really
See?
care, but this is the last show of the year.
Could we address
And
the elephant in the
I'm
room?
letting Bump know on air. I'm skipping Tuesday, so we won't get another Tuesday show because I kind of want to sit down and think, gather up some thoughts for Bump. So next Tuesday, the show won't air. The following Tuesday, dot your T's, cross your I's. I said it reversed, but we'll be back on next Tuesday. Not next Tuesday, but the Tuesday after next. We won't so we're gonna have a wrap up. And like I said before, uh, every 7 to 9 Tuesdays, the
Hey,
floor is
yo,
open
can you
for
address the
anyone who
elephant in the
wanna,
room?
huh?
Can you address the elephant in the room? You started to in the middle, in the beginning of the show.
Oh, about you saying some bullshit about you saying I'm mad at you. Yeah, I was mad. You know why I was mad? Because when you live in Stanford and you live up north and you was around Saturday morning and you looked out your window and you see 8 inches of snow. And then you had a nigga that want to call you with a t-shirt on, smoking. You're damn right I was mad. But then he threw some spice on it, clickbait, which I'm not, because I'm not an internet nigga. If I'm not rapping, you won't even see a picture of me. And if you do see a picture of me, I'm probably rapping behind it. I'm not an internet nigga. Bump playing internet games with y'all. So outside of talk of the town, don't believe nothing he says about me. Y'all can build up a character about me who y'all think I am from this show. But outside talking to town will be a clickbait. You can't believe this nigga. For real. Outside of talking to town, Bump is real internet savvy now. He been on the internet. Y'all been seeing him skating in stores and doing things and putting the Legos. He is internet savvy. Don't let him fool you. He is aware of clickbait. Coast don't be on the internet unless it's talking to town or I'm rapping. Other than that, I don't like even on Facebook. I don't even have a Facebook. I leave my Facebook for my mom so she can see her kids and her grandkids and all the little young nieces and nephew kids. And she don't comment. You'll never see her on camera because she's not a camera person. So you'll never see Mom Dukes unless she's scattering by. But other than that, we don't. I don't believe Bump unless I'm co-signing. So if I'm not in the live, don't believe nothing that's meant like. And I'm not saying it like he's a bad guy. I'm just saying don't believe nothing he says about me. Believe everything else in life that he ever says. But whatever he says about me outside the live is probably clickbait, y'all. That's why he laughing, because he wanted me to address the elephant in the room, which is his clickbait situation. He tried to stir up some stuff that me and him are not cool, and we wouldn't be doing the show no more, and all types of. And nobody hit me up to confirm nothing. They hit him up. Everybody called him talking about what's going on, what's going on. And then I know
and
I'm
my
pretty sure.
actions, they didn't know, but they was kind of blaming me though. Like
Yeah,
I
and then
did.
because there's when you're doing positive things, there's always going to be a few people to show their
Oh
light.
shit.
So to the people who thought Bump was telling the truth and really believed it and hope we failed, tonight's show was a banger. Thanks for everybody coming on.
Thank you. Thank you guys, man.
I love y'all, yo.
Hey
Bump,
yo, Gip, when you seen that, what you think, Gip? Honestly, when I did that video talking about Coast is mad at me, let's hear it.
I was lost. I don't know.
see?
I'm not a guess. Me, I'm gonna hold on. I'm gonna keep it 100 with you. For me, I don't do the guessing. Hold up, I don't do the guessing, and I know y'all both on a personal level. So if I could actually have a conversation with y'all behind closed doors, then I
Yeah.
would ask. But other than that, I don't do the guessing. I have no clue.
Let me tell you something
Okay,
about
okay,
me,
okay,
Coach. Let
okay.
me tell y'all
That's
something
all.
about me. When I mean I'm not an internet nigga. Whatever y'all think about me, whatever y'all hear about me, whatever y'all think y'all know about me, that's what it is. I'm not here to change your mind about that. So I don't. I will never address a rumor unless it touched my mother or touch somebody where I love to the death, where they question me
Right,
about it. Then I have to
right,
address it.
right.
Other than that, I what you think of me does not rent space in my head. Because if I start thinking about that, knowing who I am, I would need more than just Tuesday nights.
Same here.
You
And
know,
for the people like real talk, no matter what, man, we got this, yo. I might do some weird stuff and have y'all like guessing it, but everything is well calculated. It's
because
chestnut
no,
checkers,
it's
man.
well calculated on Bump part. He's internet savvy. Like we always say.
Nah, I'm riding with Coast on that one. Everything Coast saying, I co-sign because I
He
know Bump. We know Bump on a personal level.
Yeah,
It's
Bump
up-
is
it's
internet
up to you
savvy.
guys.
He know this internet, I'm not an internet nigga. I'm real private. Most niggas know I like half my friends don't even know I have a show. My real friends don't even I haven't even aired it to them yet.
Yeah.
Because my friends don't be on Facebook. They're Instagram niggas. So I'm not scared. It's just I know the Instagram crowd is different. That's where all the fake people are at.
Mm.
You know, that's where the mental ill people are all on Instagram. There's none but sick people on Instagram. So the Tuesday night show will scare people away and bring so
Mm.
much hate because it's too positive. It's too positive for Instagram. That's why you don't see nothing
You
like
believe
that.
so? Because a lot of
Yes,
people
bro.
told us to bring the show to
Be-
Instagram, though.
because I think they're looking out for our best interests and they want the word to get across. You know, but
I'm
that's
gonna
where
put
the
it to
mental
you. I'm
illness is. The mental
Coast and
illness
Bump. I'm gonna
is on
keep it 100
Instagram.
with you. This is just my opinion because, like I said, I just support you guys. I'm not really an internet nigga. I have it because I live on the opposite side of the USA from where I was born and raised. And on top of it, I
Hmm.
stay in touch with my child that's in Africa and his certain other things personally. So I'm not really that much. I just pay attention to a lot going on back home and all my
Hmm.
loved ones and people I grew up with. Good, bad, and different. But other than that, I agree with you. I think y'all should just go and take the chance, man. Whatever platform and whatever people that it capture ear, because it'll help somebody. You know, that's just
Isaac,
my opinion.
peace. Right, right.
Yeah, because I ain't gonna lie, Bump. I thought about it. And, like I said, most of the people that know me are on Instagram. Yeah, most of the
You,
people that know me are on
if you
Instagram.
wanna convert, that's cool. I think we
You know,
should we should
I
leave a fan base of one
I
on
was thinking I
Facebook
was
and
gonna
then
treat
do
Instagram.
Sundays.
I was gonna treat Instagram because that's the phoniness about Instagram. I was gonna treat Instagram just like YouTube and put the videos up there because everybody with Instagram got a Facebook. They just act like they don't.
So can you download the videos to
Yeah,
Instagram and
I
shit?
watch whole. I'm
Can I
pretty
cut
like.
y'all? Can I cut both of y'all off real quick and just say this to y'all real quick?
Mm?
I believe these conversations that y'all having right now should be between y'all privately.
Oh yeah, 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 yeah.
I'm just gonna say that.
Uh,
Well, I get that, but at the end of
No,
the
no,
day,
no. Whatever y'all talking about, I'm just saying when y'all on conversations like that for future reference. That's just my opinion.
yeah, I get what you're saying. But you know why I'm talking about it because it's a message, and the people may know somebody out there may know more than us and how that shit works. 'Cause we're trying to build a
mm,
community as well, and I don't know. Like I told y'all, I'm not an internet nigga. There's probably a nigga out there that know about Instagram, and I don't like. I just like Bump just asked me a wild question that made me think. Damn, have I ever watched an hour video on Instagram? No, I haven't. So I don't even know if they can put that long of a video on the gram. And if they
right.
can't, then I wouldn't want it up there.
But yo,
There's
coach,
certain
peep
things I
this,
don't really understand and know. So I have to
peep,
keep it real.
peep
So
this. I'm gonna ask you this because I remember you making this comment earlier in the program. You said, and that's why I love my. It's, like I said, it's a love and a hate with my hometown. But you said you live in the city that's called the city that what?
city that works. That's the name of the city. That's the name
I
of
just
Stanford.
think
The
I just
city
think
that works.
I like I said I just think that y'all should get the education like you said that you believe you need from the maybe a source that would not be of any person that y'all really would truly interact with, but is truly in tune and understand that aspect of that of whatever it is you need to understand. And that's just me because I'm a businessman. I work right now, and I'm not to brag about myself or anything like that, but I've achieved the point to get a nice career, and my goal is not to work for nobody in the future. As soon as possible, I given myself maybe 10 more years. That's by God's grace and whatever else falls into place. But I think that's what we should do is try to just do things that's going to give back as the older generation of men and above, especially the ones that's really went through things in life and experienced things and stuff like that. And like I said, I just think that we'll, next year, take a chance, man. Just take a chance on those things.
Hey, Coast, am I too close? Can you see me?
Yeah, you good money, bro.
Nah, cause sometimes this shit be looking weird as fuck.
And a lot of brothers don't realize, like, Bump know it, but like I said, I live on the other side of the U.S. I don't talk to everybody all that time because I'm 3 hours behind y'all, and I know everybody's in their own. It got different things going on in life. I come from a family of 8. All of my siblings are full grown. Only one of my siblings don't
Thing
got kids. I got a whole bunch of nieces and
I've
nephews and
learned,
so on and so forth.
thing I've learned about our community
Hmm.
is we love to gatekeep the information. We don't value it. So
With each other.
we'll live our whole lives with the answers to our questions right next door to us. But we won't ask because we judge how they live or who they are, how they smell, or their brother or their religion. So on a greater scale, I'm always gonna be the one to maybe speak on a, like, outside of money. I would never speak of money, but outside of money, I'm always gonna speak of some type of business with bump on live because I don't know who has the information that I need. I don't know who to ask. And then I'm not paying for no information because this ain't the streets. See, that's the problem. Niggas mix the streets in with life, and then the game should be sold, not told. That's a street value. That has nothing to do with information that a nigga need to better his life or get on Instagram or get a job. Like you were saying, you got people at the job that hold you back and do all of this shit because it's information that we gatekeep. It makes us feel powerful. It's some type of power that we have, and then we use it
Mm.
over each other, which we shouldn't. So moving forward, I'm always gonna be the nigga to be like, yo, who know this? Who know that? I don't know who knows what. I don't give a fuck where they know. Cause growing up, you would hear some of the smartest niggas in jail. You hear that all the time. And then as a boy, you be like, man, they in jail. What the fuck you know? But when you grow up, you learn smarts and knowing ain't circumstances of living. What you know ain't circumstances of living. You never know who's know what.
So,
So
Coach, let me cut you for a minute. And ask you a question to what you just said. Now, for me, I think I can say for myself, I was that type of individual as I was growing up, even though I was still trying to, I was basically playing the fence so far as trying to survive and doing things that I shouldn't have been doing, right? I asked. For some reason, people didn't really understand or really pay attention. But let me pose a question to you. So between the hustlers and the ones that we can say that we've been around or heard that same comment, like you said, the smartest men, a lot of the smartest men are in jail. Or what's the difference between the street guy, whether he's a hustler, drug dealer, than the corporate guy with a suit? What's the difference?
I've heard this before.
No, I just want to know because I really don't see a difference other than
well,
what they
if the
do. Hold
court,
on, wait,
well,
hold on, now
well,
hold up. So, hold on. So what you saying? I'm not trying to challenge what you saying because I really don't understand what it is.
see,
Like you said, when it
when
comes
you
to our culture,
define a
so far as
hustler,
cold cut,
well, see,
you said,
listen to what I'm about to hit you with. When you define a hustler, most niggas got to get out of the sense of drug dealer.
Mm.
well, all right, let me say it the
Because
right
a
way.
hustler,
Doing it the
you have a
wrong,
drug dealer, and then you have a
earning
hustler.
earning finances the wrong way.
So that's drug dealing.
It
Because
could be any
that's where people get it
scammers fall in that
misconstrued.
boat too,
You
right?
take the drugs from some of these niggas, and they
Hmm.
couldn't sell you a T-shirt or a pair of pants or nothing.
Mm-hmm.
They're not hustlers.
That's true.
That's the difference. So a drug dealer sells drugs. A hustler can sell you anything and anything.
Steph,
That's
what
a
up?
true hustler. They
Now you
know
Welcome,
make
how to
welcome.
sense.
flip and
Now
they
you
know how
makes
to
it
sell
makes
this
sense.
and sell it. They good at what they do. So like I used to be on Rose Park and I used to tell the little niggas, you ain't got it in you. You need to get a job. You're not a hustler. You just selling drugs. You throwing rocks at the jail. There's a lot of niggas that's just selling drugs. And a lot of people when you really get big, you learn drugs sell themselves. When you're in the right market, drugs sell themselves. You don't really have to do much. The plugs will tell you that. That's why they don't go nowhere, because the drugs sell themselves. You're not really
Fact.
hustling. And unless you're at the bottom and you flipping and you keep flipping, that's running around. You're getting tired. Yeah, you're hustling, but you're selling drugs. A hustler is a different. Yeah. So,
Hmm.
and then the 9 to 5, like the corporate nigga, if he's not breaking the law, he has a hustler's mentality. He just go home and sleep at night better. That's it. He just
True.
because he's not breaking the law. So the corporate nigga that is breaking the law, he's just like the hustler that's selling the drug. Because eventually, both of their time comes. Eventually, they both crap out. They both crap out. You know, we just got that hustler mentality misconstrued because all we see is the drug dealer, and then they, in their mind, I'm hustling, I'm hustling, I'm hustling.
And like I said, the question, the reason why I asked you the question real quick, I wasn't opposed to what you were saying, because I do not understand that either. Why within our culture, I don't really want to speak about any other culture because I think other cultures they do kind of give the other people in their culture and other people um more understanding of certain things when they get over here, wherever they come from or whatever the case may be, as opposed to the people that are originally from here that may have good knowledge of certain things, but like you say, they gatekeep or you have to pay for a specific understanding of certain things on a deeper level financially. So far as being financially educated
Yeah,
or
it's just
understanding how to make residual income or things
even
of that nature.
simple things niggas don't give information. It's just simple. It's simple. It's just everyday life. There's something that somebody don't know how to do, that there's somebody right next to you that know how to do, that look just like you, that live in the same project as you, that won't tell you nothing and see you struggle, and he has all the information. And then they're both prideful. He don't want to tell you because he don't want to make you feel like, and you're too pride. Most of us are too prideful to ask. So we think we need to go seek out counsel, someone higher up. And what do? They make us pay.
Yep.
They make us pay because their time is valuable. Because since since we're not giving out the information, we're
That's so
building
true.
professions. We're building lack of information builds so many professions of nonsense.
Right.
But hold up, you know
Psychologists and
what's
all this
crazy?
dumb shit.
Hold up,
Because
bump.
niggas ain't giving out no information.
But bumping coast, I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna keep it 100 with you. That's how I know, Coach. You hit the nail on the head. So far as my career, that I think this is where I learned to grow in that area where you said, so far as asking, not having pride and putting it to the side. My career is being a diesel technician, so I work on trucks and cars and all of that stuff. And I'm fairly new to the game. Well, now it's been almost 10, no, about 8 to 10 years now. I've been hands on, so on and so forth. And I find myself, like you said, there was points where I've made mistakes, and my fellow coworkers would be like, "Why you didn't ask me?" or "Why you didn't?" Is because I felt embarrassed to ask them, and I had to learn to forget about my pride. I have to first think about the quality of my work, and if I actually just need help, just say I need help. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Hmm.
And then, like you said, coming from where we come from, that ain't something that we were conditioned to do. It's always
Because
pride or like feel
we
like we always got to
glorify.
be one up on each other. And then even back to what Bump was saying about the talking about each other and laughing and jeering on each other or making jokes of each other. It fucked me up at a certain time. There was a point in time when I partaked in it too, but I think that takes away from a person that's going through things on a mental level or at a very young, vulnerable age where you're trying to find yourself. Because I can say I dealt with it and I had to fight a lot of those demons as I came over here, became an adult, being responsible father and adult, and contributing to the to the to the community in a all around positive way. You get
I
what I'm
bear
saying?
witness to that. Cause it took you time before you really joked with us. Like to really overstand like, ah, this nigga bunt silly. Cause I used to say,
Yo, Bump,
yo, yo,
you already know I'm ready to wrap up. I've been talking too long, Bump.
nigga, this your
Talking to
show.
town.
I ain't had nothing to do with this tonight, bro.
That's why I'm letting you know. No, Pete game. We went overtime because it's the last show of the year, and I kind of
You
want to
went
talk.
over time.
Listen, don't. I went overtime because you jumped off for like 10 minutes to go talk to your wife and handle wife business.
Mm-mm. It wasn't that.
Well, we gonna leave it at that.
Nah,
That's what it
nah,
was.
nah. Listen, did you hear the phone call though? Did you hear anything?
No, you
All
know,
right.
I'm glad we didn't hear the phone call.
Nah, man, niggas is crazy, man. Niggas gotta get their affairs in order,
All I'm
man.
saying is, I chose to go over the time because it's the
You the
last
host
show of the
that do the
year,
most. He coasts the host that do the most. That's
and
why.
I've been
And
trying to
and
wrap the show up since 9:50.
and he debating on should he give y'all some New Year's time.
No, I'm not. I already told y'all. Y'all won't see me until.
Well, Coast, can I interject real quick? Because I know you ready to cut. I just want to say this real quick. Thank you guys again. I appreciate y'all,
You
brothers.
already know.
I'm be recovering right now. I'm about as
Hmm.
soon as I
Get
get off
better,
the as
man.
soon
Get
as I
stronger.
hop off the line with y'all guys, and thank you again for having me and even talking to me and enlightening me and helping me in certain areas where I was gray. Um, I'm about to go have a mimosa. I'm about to go pop me a pill because my knee is hurting me a little bit. But like I
Okay?
said, man, I love you guys, man. And
Yeah, vice
for
versa.
me
Blessings.
personally, like I said, man, 2026, let's keep moving with the realness and always I'm gonna be the first partaker of what I'm saying. Whatever come out our mouth, let's live it and act and have actions with it, you know? No more it's no more time for just talk. Actions and talk. You dig? Because it's
There
only
you
gonna
have it.
benefit us in the long run. And
Right.
anything you feel in your heart and you believe in, man, don't let nobody deter you, man. And that's even coming from myself. And I'm always here for you, brothers. Y'all can inbox me on a personal level and 212 with me or whatever the case may be. My big bro Bump already know that. Coach, you know that.
Hmm.
We don't, me and Coach, we've not really talked since we've seen each other physically when I was on home soil and things of that nature,
But it's
but
all
we
blessings. You
still
always been
intertwined.
checking in, so it's blessings.
And I salute you, King. Thank you, bro.
Hmm.
Salute. Salute.
Blessings.
All right. So
Y'all niggas have a good
yeah.
one.
You too, man. I love you, boy.
Signing off, pimp.
All right.
100.
One.
Later.
One coast.
Later.
Later, bro.
Later. So yeah, we gave y'all
We gave
more
y'all
than
3.5 hours, but it's more so therapy for me because I have a lot of thoughts that I like to share with people. I have a lot of views, positive views and outlook. I have a lot of suggestions and solutions moving forward in life. As you
right,
notice, we did 7 shows and we didn't dwell on nothing negative. It's always been uplift and talk, and that's why we're able to go over time. But this was a planned, calculated thing on my part to go over time. Kind of felt like it was needed because, you know, it's the last show of the year. And then next week, Tuesday, I'm going to take a hiatus. Me and Bump, I got to talk to Bump about a few things. about, a few things I done discovered, and back to the, the Instagram and the YouTube and TikTok, you know, and just take a week off and see what we gonna go there, see what we gonna do about that and other things. And
Yes,
I
sir.
like to, start fresh too. Don't talk to you for a couple of days so I know what's going on in your life, because every day is different. And Sundays, we will be having Sundays. We'll decide what time. I don't know if it's a morning show or afternoon show, or we'll decide a time. Talk of the Town was originally on Sundays, if y'all remember, because the first couple of shows I was definitely watching the Giants get their ass whipped.
Right.
So, yep.
Right.
So, with that being, you got anything else to say about before I exit out?
Yo, man. Live, love, laugh. Um, to the people that would ever think this show is going to end, you are wrong. That's my little homie. Much respect and much love. When you have that, it's 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 a high bond. And once again, we realize what we have. You know what I'm saying? We're two
Mm-hmm.
individuals that's bringing y'all two different flavors from two different generations. You know what I'm saying? This is something that we both want. We both have a vision that we share, and it's not just us. We have a powerful support team, a support system, um, from our family members, ancestors, elders, friends. There's a lot of people that want this just as much as we do. You know what I'm saying? Please don't look so deep into character when you guys deal with us. We understand we're going to share differences. We understand that a lot of different things that we bring you guys to try to bring out the best in you guys. So through our
I think it's
conversation
Samar. See,
and he in here. You watch from the beginning to the end. I see you, King. I want to let you guys know if you're living our lives through our character, what you see through what we're giving you guys, we thank you and we respect you for that. But we're two individuals that we're reachable. We're human. We're not out of sight. Um, you know, I pretty much what I'm saying is, man, like if you guys see me in my element, in my form, just know me as a character, a person, an individual. I love to laugh. I love to joke. You know what I'm saying? I'm very creative. Um, on top of me being very creative, I am created. So there's no gimmick to what I do within my everyday life. There's no gimmick between Coast and I relationship. Shit is real. What we bring into you guys is real. Um, we understand that it, we what we have is unbreakable. It can't, you know what I'm saying? So my gimmick or what we would consider lowering you guys into our clickbait or my clickbait or whatever it is
it's
to
just
just
fun.
bring it's fun and games. It's just to bring more attention to us and our character when we can in a sense perform and show that, you know what I'm saying, that like
All right, Bob. Wrap it up, my nigga. It's time, nigga. You look like you want to play a game anyway, my nigga. What you got
I
doing for the
really
night?
don't.
What you about to do for the night?
actually, big bro.
After you log off, what you got planned?
Actually, big bro, nothing. I'm not playing the game tonight. I got a helicopter to build that I'm procrastinating, but you
I'm
know,
about to work on some writing, because Aunt Bridget want that book, and I
okay.
got about, I think, 5 songs wrote for the book. I'm due about 8, maybe 8 to 10 little verses, some songs, some verses, but it's gonna be
What I
dope.
would what I would like for you to do is sit down with Dizzy Rowe or Mike Mass or something
That
and
comes next.
come up with something
That comes next. That comes next. That comes
like
next.
an introduction to the show.
That comes next. Yeah. Oh, we can do that. We can do that. I can.
You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying?
I got a little talk. Trust. I got a little talk of the town bars in the cut.
Yeah.
I'm a writer, so But I
I,
don't want to, because we'll be rambling on for another 20
no,
more minutes.
I just want to share what people like to like the creativity and what I want to be looking to bring to the show,
Yeah, because
popping off and
it's gonna be the Tuesday nights. We're trying to bring Sunday nights. In the springtime, I want to have the first annual Talk of the Town cipher.
Mhm.
And other things. Other
So
things.
when are we gonna talk about that in the whole?
Well, top of the year.
Okay,
Top of the year. Top of the year.
okay.
That can be something we can discuss
Um,
next week, because I want to take a week off. We can discuss that and kind of invite Mike Mass back on, Dizzy Rowe back on, let them know what was going on. Uh,
nice.
I'll try to get in touch with some rappers or something like that on another level.
You
We
just
can
put it
do it.
out there. I mean, it's
Yeah.
mad people that, talk of the
But we have
town.
to
Like,
vet them. We have to vet them. We
if they're
anything we do, we
not,
gotta vet.
if I could
And
rap
then
better than niggas, y'all can't.
it ain't even like, we just gotta sit back and listen to it, because some niggas can perform, some niggas, because you gotta realize it's a cipher, so it
I
ain't just
got you.
rapping. You
Got you.
like I can get away with just rapping because I'm the host,
Yeah, we'll vet them.
but it gotta be somebody who you can't be tripping over your word. You can't come up here and freestyle. It gotta be professional, stuff like that. Because you got people that really think they can just wing it. No, no, no. Because I want it nice and professional, and I want something
Got
that we
you.
can give back musically.
Okay.
You know. Other than that, talk of the town. Love everybody. I'm about
So
to sign off. Bro.
we not logging on tomorrow. No, right?
No, 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 no.
All
I
right,
don't.
bet.
Because you said you was going to church, right?
Yeah, I thought we was going, you know what I'm saying? Because I had time after service, man, just to check in and
Because
see
I
what.
don't know where I'm going to be at. I don't know what situation I'm going to be. Unless
All
you
right,
want to
bet.
do it early, we can do it early while I'm out. Because I probably get out of work early, like at 1, 2 o'clock,
Bet. Let's do it early. That'll be
like in the
dope. We'll
morning.
do a wrap up.
Like in the morning.
Yeah, whenever you ready. Whenever you ready, we'll just wrap it up. That'll be the wrap up. Because
So
this is the mental health support group, but we just, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, we
that's
could do a
why I want to
wrap
leave
up.
it at that. I just want to leave it at this show right here. Yeah, just leave
Okay.
it at, because this show was really good, and you don't hear me say that on live.
Okay.
I,
That's
I
fine.
usually tell you after, but this show was really good.
All right. So
All
to
right.
all my peoples, share it, like it. Um,
It will
again,
be up. This episode will be up on YouTube tomorrow, 10 o'clock. All the episodes are up. The last week episode is up. Make sure you go get it. I will post the link. I will start posting more episodes of the show so you can get more familiar of what we do. We also have interviews for the newer viewers that's just happening to tune in. We have interviews. Go check the Dizzy Row. Go check the Corey interview out about marriage. Go check the we have, damn, give me some other people we interviewed. I'm not just going to bring.
listen, I'm a just give you the rundown from Oliver Groove,
Yes.
Jehoshaphat,
Your host, the Fat King.
um, you know, Poppy, aka William, you know, P. Joseph, we
Yeah.
thank you. Well, you know, keep
Mhm.
pushing and doing your sets.
You're one
Everybody
too.
that came and show love, man, like real
Yeah.
shit, man.
So
Like
we got
we
all of those, so we
yeah,
got more to come. And
yeah.
Talk of the Town Bump, I love you. I'm signing off.
Yo, I love you guys. I really, really highly once again want to
Holla.
appreciate you guys. We thank you, we thank you, we thank you. And with that being said, you already know. Holla back.